All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. We are live. The finals is about to go live right after Harrison Ford gets out of the way. Chat. Harrison Ford. Has anybody told Harrison Ford get out of the way? It's more the Jimmy commercial ad needs to get out of the way. Harrison Ford. I guess he can stay. Chat. Is Harrison Ford in attendance tonight? The problem is, that neither of these teams, chat. Neither of these teams are famous teams. Neither of these teams have any famous fans or anything like that. So if Harrison Ford just happens to randomly be a Thunder or a Pacers fan, then maybe chat. But either way, yeah. Thunder's Pacers kick off, I guess, a new generation of the NBA here tonight, chat. It does feel a little bit most like, of course, the most reset the NBA has been with these two teams. Because, like, we were even looking back, in the last live stream, the last times those teams made it into the finals, and the Pacers were playing the Lakers, the Thunder were playing the Heat. The Heat, of course, had made a couple of finals already at that point. You have Wade winning the finals in 06, and they made the finals even though they lost the year before against the Dallas Mavericks. So, oh wait, do we have it in Spanish, or are they just promoting this? Oh, they're just promoting the Spanish. I was like, hey, we'll keep the Spanish one on there, chat. Who do we want to listen to tonight? Fabricio Alberto or Doris Berg, chat? I think shout out to Fabricio Alberto, our guy on the call. For ESPN Deportes. And shout out to Doris Burke as well, too. Rich Jefferson, Mike Breen. I mean, here we go. This is what we look forward to the entire season. We all knew the season finale was going to be Pacers versus Thunder. I mean, we knew it was going to be the Thunder at some point, chat, obviously, with the way Sam Presti was building this roster. But do the Pacers even stand a chance? Not according to the sports books, not according to public opinion. Has anybody even picked the Pacers? I don't even think anybody has even made picks for the Western or for the playoffs for the finals this year, because it's just nobody's even needed to make the picks. Chat, it is what it is. We're like, okay, well, the Thunder are going to win, but what's going to happen in this series exactly? Is it going to be close? How many games? Superstars? Is it just going to be Shea continuing the dominance? Are we going to get the same old? Nembhard? Turner takes the first shot for the Pacers, chat. Oh, close. Just off the back of the rim. And the Thunder crowd gonna need a second to get warmed in here, chat. Oh, Shea right to the basket. That's what did it, chat. Pause. That's what unlocks the Thunder crowd. They just needed to make sure their team. They're like, okay, first time in the finals. What's going on? I guess we don't want to put too much pressure on them. They know, chat. They know that they're gonna have to. That there may hypothetically be an adjustment period, but luckily the other team has never played in the finals before as well too. Nembhard with the missed opportunity. So we'll see. Siakam's got Jalen Williams on him. At least he did on that possession. Didn't really do much on the drive. Siakam did anyways. Chet right to the basket, chat. Attacking Miles Turner twice. Hey, yo. 4-0. Siakam. Yeah, also the switch on Shea. Okay, chat. Siakam does, you would think, have the size. Pause. They attacked the ball handling, chat. They're probably going to be aggressive with Siakam. Attacking him with the double teams. Because I don't know if he did play well against some of the double teams versus the Knicks. But I think that's maybe a way that you can get him off his game. And he's not going to be the most A-plus playmaker when playing out of those double. I mean, he can be really good and keep it moving and keep the offense from being negative sometimes. Or a lot of the times. But if they really rush him, and I don't know, Chad, are they going to emphasize like rushing the blind side as well too? I feel like Dagnall, we always have to be on our toes for what the Thunder are doing, because we know that he is always willing to, at least in the interviews, get a little bit nerdy with some of his answers. So some of the insight he's given to you into the way that he's thinking. He's always looking at these minor details and minor adjustments. I mean, we all know of that infamous famous, whatever you want to say, the popular viral, I guess, maybe example of when he was, what was he using, the substitution patterns or whatever against the Nuggets? I forget exactly what happened there, I guess. But 7-0. Speaking of Jalen Williams, a 3 from the top of the key. Oh no, chat. Do we just go home now? Home now? The finals is a lock. It's over. It's over. And that kind of happened last year as well too. I don't know if we go back and look here, chat. Let me see if we can pull it up. Oh, okay. On ESPN, the Pacers have logged their first point finally. But again, when Porzingis checked into the game in Game 1 of last year, and immediately went bonkers, it was like, okay, this series is probably over because there is nothing that they can really do. You could see right away there was nothing that they could do to stop Porzingis, and there was nothing on the roster they really had to counter because, the bigs were obviously, they do obviously have centers. The Mavs even last year, chat, before they traded Luka, you still had Gafford and Lively in the front court. But I don't remember exactly what the injury situation was as well too, so maybe that factored in. But Lively, a rookie, and just I think maybe even the way that they were playing him. But I think if I remember correctly, they were probably just attacking the switches is what it was mostly, and Porzingis just elevating over the top of the smaller defenders, hitting some of those jump shots, and it's just like, okay, immediately game one they showed the stat as well too in the pregame that if a team wins game one, they win the series 70% of the time, which or for the final specifically, I think is what that 70% number was for. Maybe it was for the full playoffs. I guess I wasn't paying attention. They just should have written it down. We could have stolen the stat for ourselves. IT, cook up a graphic real quick and pretend it's ours. But so I didn't realize that if it was the finals that it was that dominant. Game one was always the team that won the series, and it can go back and forth a little bit. So just because it doesn't mean that they win the series every time in 4 or 5 games. Dominantly win the series. It could be a 6 or 7. The team that wins game one, has game 7 at home as well too. So that definitely is a big advantage if the series goes longer as well. But just to set the tone right away, and for Dallas, and then it gets into the math thing, like you're saying, where Dallas now has to win 4 games, and they have one less opportunity to do it with game 1 being off the table. Same for Indianapolis tonight, if they don't necessarily get game 1. So first quarter, it's looking a little shaky. You'd think maybe Indy would need to have a hot start. But I guess we just are not assuming that OKC is going to be one of those teams that's going to give up the lead, right, Chad? But you would assume that if they did jump out to a lead here against Indiana, that they'd be able to close out the game. We saw them, of course, against the Knicks, have some of those dramatic... just throughout the whole Eastern Conference, we saw the dramatic, teams storming back to make the win. So I don't know, in the finals, does it translate? Is it just sort of the vibe of the Pacers? Hey, yo, chat. The Pacers this year. But yeah, 107-89. So it was a 20-point game right away. And Luka put up 30. And that's part of it as well, too. 30 from Luka. He was 4 for 12. But, Windhorst was all over it, chat. Pause. He was locked in on what was going on in the finals last year. So wait, what was the moment as well, too? And yeah, and Porzingis even played, looking at the box score there, chat, he played less than I remembered as well, too. I think maybe some of those lower point totals were in stretches in the finals last year, so he subbed in and just got 7 points, 10 points right away. It was like, oh, Porzingis, we need to send, we need to call in the Baba Yaga Porzingis in the finals last year, and just did I reset everything, chat? Okay, I think we're back in live. And just go ahead and close out the game. But first quarter, and maybe it wasn't close as well too. Okay, Porzingis enters the game for. It was close, chat, 11-12, so it wasn't even really that great of a start. I guess it's 10-10 right now. Okay, so there we go, chat. Hey, Indiana, we need to stop paying attention. It's good luck for him. But yeah, Porzingis entered the game at 11-12 with 7 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first quarter last year, and then by the end of the first, it was 37-20. Hey yo, chat. Hey yo. So Porzingis in that stretch. Let's see how many he actually had here. Oh, excuse me, chat. In the first quarter itself, it could have been a little bit first half, first quarter, both. Yeah, chat. 11 points in the first quarter in game 1 of the finals last year. Free throws, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, a 3-pointer in there, and then a couple of those mid-range shots as well too. Second quarter, Luka with 10, Porzingis with 7, 3 for 4, yeah, 1 for 1 from 3, chat. Crazy stuff to start game 1 of the finals. Would he have been the finals MVP if he had stayed healthy as well too? Who knows? Did Jaylen Brown, I think maybe his numbers in this game, what did he end up having? 22. So yeah, Tatum unfortunately was 16. Tatum, battled the numbers thing with him in the finals last year. But 11 rebounds as well too, 5 assists, and now we all feel bad for him because his Achilles got hurt as well too. But yeah, there was that turning point. I guess that moment, and like I'm saying, in the way the finals played out, Porzingis didn't end up playing as much, but still, it was like, okay, the Celtics are probably going to be okay here. There seems to be They seem to be a step above the Mavs in this series. Now, again, the Pacers did close it here a little bit. So is this the turning point timeout right now? Now, that was always the way that the Celtics kind of worked, though, was it was the 6-person lineup, and whoever was kind of whatever the best version of the, sometimes it's just whoever the odd man left out matchup wise. It is what it is. But there was that, okay, we know Porzingis is that front court big perimeter threat and is going to be an interesting matchup option for the Mavs. So they still had another weapon in the bag. I mean, the Thunder, of course, have a ton of options that they can go to. But do they have necessarily another weapon in their bag? Like they have more wings, more guys. I guess maybe I guess Caruso would really be the one, chat. Alex Caruso is the last piece of the what are the different looks, because it's not just the different players as well too. Like you bring in a guy like Kendrick Williams. Obviously Kendrick Williams is a great player. Jalen Williams off the bench, center Jalen Williams, even Lou Dort himself too. Lou Dort kind of a 3-and-D wing. I guess him and Caruso even a little crossover-y, but just in terms of final 5 guys as well too. Caruso would be one of the guys that would be in the mix. So he could definitely be a sub him in here, chat. Swing the game for the Thunder type moment. Caruso, do we need to go finals MVP odds here real quick, chat? I feel like this is going to be the only way to find value in the series. Obviously, I mean, that's not even a hot take, because we know just the odds are really bad for the Thunder anyways. I guess however you want to say bad. If it's bad in terms of bad that your team is not favored by that much, but is it bad in terms of the fact that you can't win any money, I guess on our end, because we're not rooting for any of these teams, it's bad that we can't win any money. So are we going to have to look at the Canadian Open, chat? I don't know, probably not. A little WNBA NBA parlay. Do we do a WNBA Finals parlay right now during the NBA Finals parlay? It's what happens. Unfortunately, we can't just randomly bet a player performance, but they should put a couple of those on there, chat, just during the finals to make it fun. We know the Liberty are looking pretty good right now, so do we just put Breanna Stewart 20? What would it be right now, odds on Breanna Stewart for 25 points in just any finals game? Because you think, oh, well, I mean, Breanna Stewart could definitely get 25 points in a finals game. But, they still have to make the finals. It's, a little trek in the season. Again, they're very favored. They're looking great. I think, as of right now, them in the link, chat, are probably the top 2. I mean, okay, they're playing right now. I was going to say they're favored by 4. I mean, they might be favored by 14.5 over the Mystic anyways. The line probably hasn't moved, to be honest. But, yeah, here, wait. Let's check real quick. Can we do a championship parlay right now? Is that the only way we bring the Thunder's odds up? Oh, wait, not Sparks versus Wings. Though, wait a second, chat. Wait, is Paige Beckers is healthy, hurt? What's going on? Paige Beckers, Rakia Jackson, Tyrese Halliburton, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander parlay, chat. Could be pretty nuts. But let's see here. We want more WNBA, chat. Hey, yo, championship. Commissioner's Cup odds. Get results a little bit sooner, I guess. So, yeah. Liberty plus 135. Link plus 330. Fever plus 490. Still, Aces 5-1, chat. So definitely tier 1 of the league right there. And then you get to Phoenix at 21. The Dream at 50-1, chat. Hey, yo. Yeah, so, Link and Liberty and Link favored top 2 anyways. I guess maybe this early in the season, the Link wouldn't be a minus favorite. Or the Liberty, either one, Still, with a little ways to go. You just never know. You don't want to say it, chat. You don't want to jinx anything, but you just never know how the seasons are going to play out for the players and stuff. Who's going to be left by the time we get to the end of the season. But if they're plus 135 to make the finals right now, and Breanna Stewart just in a game in general is maybe it could be plus 120 right now for Breanna Stewart to score 25 points in a finals game, which is crazy again to be oh wow, well. It's almost even odds that there's several months to go, and it's yeah, she's probably going to be in the finals and probably awesome. Or Sabrina Ionescu, 4 or 5 plus made threes in a finals game or something like that, chat. A little 3-point parlay. But maybe we get a little too creative sometime with the hypothetical FanDuel parlays. Do we need to open a Chat GPT sportsbook and just have all these random parlays in there? That one I don't know if would be the most popular, chat. But yeah, let's take a look at Finals MVP. Are we gonna look at Alex Caruso? I guess winning the Finals MVP would be quite a reach. It's like looking at the Super Bowl MVP a little bit. And the Super Bowl MVP, maybe you find yourself a little bit more openness to some randomness as well too, because you definitely always have the importance of the quarterback always lingering. But just the idea of somebody having one random, like Caruso could win the MVP of like game 2 or game 3. I mean, that would not be surprising at all. But Shea could still have 24 in that game, and then his series average is still good, and his performances are still really good. Obviously, he hits a couple of clutch shots in the end of this Alex Caruso game, hypothetically or whatever, and still over the course of the series makes that performance look pretty good. But let's see here, chat. Where are odds for series? That was odds for the game. Are we just gonna get a bunch of live game odds? Maybe we might not be able to stumble onto some of the other odds here. Let's see. If we just go NBA tab in general, maybe we can navigate over. Oh, Tyrese Halliburton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander have their own tabs, chat. So, Siakam at 20-1, Jalen Williams 75-1. Wait, where's Caruso, chat? Caruso 500-1. Hey, yo, chat. Him and Neesmith and Case and Wallace. Him and Neesmith have the same odds. See, that feels a little disrespectful, chat. Hardenstein, Dort, and Caruso. Maybe Hardenstein and Neesmith having the same odds. But again, that implies that gives the Pacers is there some chance of winning in there too that should be implied with Caruso's odds compared to Neesmith. Like if the Thunder are this more favored than the Pacers, then they should be. Should the players' odds, like they're just going to be more likely to win Finals MVP again, right? Because they're more likely to win. Is the mathing in my mind, chat? Am I crazy? But I guess maybe, debating Caruso versus Neesmith, it might not matter that much. But maybe we shouldn't even be debating, because if we like it, we'll take as good of odds as we can get for us in terms of making money. But Nembhard as well, too. See, Nembhard and Caruso is interesting because I guess I was going to say you could see Nembhard taking a little bit more of an offensive role, but then Neesmith hits 7 threes against the Knicks. So I guess he does have the ability to have a great scoring game as well, too. But yeah, like Turner with that 30 or like 370-1 odds. Like Turner with better odds than Caruso, chat. I don't know. Because again, that says the Pacers have to. So I guess if the Pacers do win the series, then what does Turner play like in that type? What kind of performance do they need from Turner, obviously, to get a win? Like maybe those two go hand in hand. Wait, did it just move, chat? Am I crazy? I just looked up and saw a commercial and looked back, and it was 36-1. What just happened? Who knows? But we'll keep an eye on it, chat. It won't move now, but maybe did we prompt some bets? Or did the international listeners of the REMINGTOM pod get the line moving, chat? We're not trying to create controversy here, but live proof, chat. The REMINGTOM pod, we are altering the books right in front of our very eyes. Chet, though, 75-1 is where we start getting a little bit more reasonable. But they could still win the series and Turner not have a MVP level series. I mean, yeah, speaking of Neesmith, chat, if Halliburton, obviously it's going to be Halliburton having a great series as well, too, which is why he's the second favorite at 7-1. Shea at minus 550, chat, is pretty crazy. I thought there was a Shea score 30 in every game special. Some of the specials on here were interesting. There was a couple, and I guess I don't know what we're going to get live now either again during game 1, but there was a couple like break the record special that were kind of interesting, especially with the way that these teams play. Like there was a couple of these teams break the 3-point shooting in a quarter type record. They had the 3-point shooting and the assist ones, and I think they had total game option and a quarter option as well too. And both of those seemed really interesting because you could see either of these teams, of course, getting really hot from 3, and of course the ball movement as well too is always going to be really good. And you just got like a guy like Halliburton himself can put up like 10 assists, and then just the whole Thunder team with the way they can get to sharing the ball. Like let's see what the record is here, chat. NBA Finals Uh, record team threes. Because I mean, the final sample size is obviously lower than the regular season. There's just more regular season games, so a team is probably going to have hit more threes in a regular season game. Finals officiated differently, tougher, and all those things. But still, let's see. NBA Finals record team threes. Oh, can we get the props here? Maybe this is a list of some of those props, chat. I guess even if the odds aren't going to be totally accurate to what they were on, whatever sports book you're looking at, at least maybe there's some comparison here. Either team to break the steals record. Okay, so any player to break Steph Curry's single quarter point record, which, the single player records, I guess Shea is very capable, chat. Could Shea have 22 and a quarter? It's not totally impossible, and I guess the odds on that were only plus, that's not great odds, honestly. Plus 440 for somebody to have, I guess you're working in the fact any quarter in the game, so you're looking at, hypothetically 28 quarters if we get a 7-8 series, so does that lower your odds potentially? But still, 22 is crazy, chat, and Shea obviously does have that ability. I think Halliburton does have that ability. I mean, Neesmith has the ability too, but the like we were saying, it's a team effort from a lot of these guys, so it's more, Caruso hits 2 threes, Dort hits 2 threes, Williams, it's more spread out between the guys, but either team to break the Celtics single game finals points scored record. Wait, quarter score record. The quarter score record is interesting. 149 for a game feels a little rich, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I think the defense, especially OKC's defense, is obviously too good, and Indiana's defense is really good as well. But 50 points in a quarter, also, if they're hitting the threes, it would make sense. Either team to break either team to break the 3-point record. So it's 10 plus made threes. So you'd have to, is it 9 then? That would be the current record. So you have to make 10 to break the record, and that's what the bet would be. And then the steals record is 19 steals. So could the Thunder get 19 steals in a game, I guess would be the question. I mean, Pacers as well too, but could the Thunder get 19 steals, Chad? The Pacers have 7 turnovers already. A couple of those were like some backcourts and stuff, so not, Thunder defensive pressure and all that stuff still forced turnovers in a way, but not steals that would count to our bet. It's not, can the Thunder force the Pacers to have 19 turnovers? They need to have 19 steals, which is a lot of steals. I mean, the Celtics, chat, what finals? Was this all last year against the Mavs? Jeez, what were we doing here? Oh, is this... Okay, so final steals record. Would that be across the whole finals? Oh, no, single game. Okay, yeah, here we go. We got to read, chat. Either team to break the Celtics single game final steals record. 19 plus. That is crazy. Top scorer for the series, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Way favored, chat. But that is an interesting one. Maybe Tyrese. Again, Shai's consistency, if we just look at the regular season and the playoffs and basically every piece of data that we have would say that this is why the odds are what they are, chat. It's like every piece of data says Shai's going to probably lead this series in scoring. But still, it's like, okay, maybe it's Halliburton. Maybe we randomly talk ourselves into something else happening, which is how these teams or how these sports books are able to make money, obviously. But yeah, Chad, we could see. I would not be surprised if we saw some team style record-breaking performances in any type of way here. I mean, it hasn't necessarily been a record-breaking first quarter so far. The Thunder are not even at 20 points. Oh, there we go, Chad. They're at 21 on the ESPN. It's at 2:06 right now on the Sling TV feed, side by side with we got Pharrell on a music video, Chad. Hey yo, but yeah, we got 2:06 right now. TJ McConnell on the replay, driving to the basket. Hartenstein at the line, taking some free throws. So yeah, his free throws here will go 21 to 15. But at the 2-minute mark, just getting to 20 points again. Pacers defense, you got to give him credit. So unfortunately, the Thunder's defense, chat, is just a level up. 15 points so far allowed is obviously great high level stuff. Halliburton, never in the game when we need to check his stats, chat. I feel like. Let's see. 1 for 3. Okay, I was really, we've been diving into the history, chat. We got to lock in. I was really like, okay, how many shots has he taken here? 1 for 3 is, obviously you want to see him make some shots and be efficient. But also for him to continue some aggressiveness as well too. You don't want the Thunder to get into his mindset to the point where they're going to start messing with the shots that he's going to be taking. Pause. And they're going to start offensively affecting the type of game that he's capable of playing. And not to say that he's even a bucket getter, hunter type guy. You know, he's a playmaker. He can accentuate different parts of his offensive game, but still, obviously, he's their lead guy. And I think it's just more so about him how he's carrying himself. I think the team will feed off of him because the team obviously does, like the Thunder definitely feed off of Shea for sure. I mean, he's definitely their leader, chat. You know, I mean, they're definitely surrounded him during all the interviews and stuff, and you know, the hierarchy is definitely set. But I mean, I feel like the Pacers, it's the same with Halliburton as well too, and I almost wonder if the Thunder would be more capable of like, oh, it's okay if Shea's having a bad game. They don't, you know, they'd be like, it's okay, Shea. Like, well, we got you. And again, that's just the Thunder, like we're saying, you know, maybe being a better supporting cast. But the mindset of some of those guys, and you know, J-Dub, I guess it would be really, you know, Siakam at that. But like, could Siakam elevate? You know, he's got a chance tonight. He's 2 for 2 so far. So again, we got to lock in Eastern Conference Finals MVP, chat. Proving his worth. Unfortunately, they just pushed it to 10 points. Timeout. Quickly here as the first quarter winds down. So Carlisle, chat, not wasting any time. Matherin in the game. The drive surrounded by OKC defenders. Swatted, chat. Oh, Shea, the little push off. It's a thing of beauty, chat. It really is a thing of beauty. It's not something that you see, and maybe, you know, foul merchant, you know, who knows, chat, but it's not something that you see like in pickup as much. It's not even, again, the foul stuff, but the ability to use that off arm, just, and not like anybody can push off, I guess, in the, like maybe push off guy is definitely is a guy that shows up in pickup games from time to time. But the skillful off arm guy, and you know, obviously pickup basketball to real basketball is a different thing. You know, we called the NBA basketball real basketball. Like, obviously pickup basketball is a different level, chat. But you can still, like, there's still stereotypes of guys that show up in the games. Like we're saying, you know, there's one guy that's going to be offensive foul, off arm, push off guy. But you never see, like, I guess, subtly skilled with the off arm guy in a way that hasn't made its way into the pickup court yet. Not quite. Steph Curry 3-pointers. You know, James Harden step backs as well too. I don't know if we do a ranking, chat, of the number one moves to make it into the pickup game. I've you know, been a little lacking in getting into some actual runs this summer, chat. You know, I was gonna say we've done a good job of going out to get shots up, but that's not necessarily true. Unfortunately, only a couple of times. But we still managed a couple of times, anyways, to at least go out and get a couple of. You know, you got to just keep the jumper loose, chat. But and in terms of actually getting into a real game, we haven't done that yet. So we'll have to see how the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander influence is impacting these games. Because that is obviously the last, you know, when we're talking about the face of the league and stuff like that, that is one of those last steps that you kind of not have to get to, but that you do kind of inevitably cross over when you hit that certain popularity level, is the people start emulating your game. And like we started talking about the stereotypes of guys where, and you know, Steph Curry will obviously for a while, you know, even for a while, I'm sure still be a impactful guy. Like there will all, you know, there'll be probably people that didn't watch Steph Curry growing up that'll still be like, oh, you know, I've seen the highlights, I want to play like him, like he still seems like a fun guy or whatever. Or just the next version of, you know, people still being, you know, the Kobe, the guy's like, okay, I'm influenced by Kobe, but Kobe's influenced by MJ, so you know, just the lineage continues. Like, you know, that Steph will have that lineage. With his impact. The problem is Steph like less repeatable than MJ, chat? Hey, yo, whoa, hot take. But I guess the problem is also we saw somebody emulate MJ, whereas, and you know, Steph hasn't even retired yet as well too. But time-wise, you know, MJ was still around. He was on the Wizards, so it was pretty close time-wise. He did have a couple of years off there, but Kobe was what? Kobe was at 96 draft too. So I guess in terms of them winning finals and Kobe being dominant, like, it was obviously a couple of years after that. But he entered the league 12 years after Steph. So when did Trae Young enter the league, chat? Was that 12 years after Steph? Or Kobe entered the league 12 years after MJ? So somebody would have needed to enter the league by now to be the next Steph Curry. And, again, there have been guys that are really good perimeter players, but nobody in the, there's kind of a guy here. Because even still, like, Kobe was having the games against MJ directly, one-on-one, where it's like, he's taking the mantle from him. Oh, he's having the great scoring performances. He's doing the whole thing. Kobe's proud, or MJ's proud of it, all the different stuff. But Steph hasn't really had that game yet against the guy. Maybe Trae Young will eventually step up and take the mantle, Chad. But it just hasn't happened yet. And, again, it's not just passing the mantle. Like, Steph or Shea can take the mantle. Tyrese Halliburton. And maybe it is Halliburton, Chad. But Halliburton still feels like a different guard. Like, Halliburton can be as efficient in a way from the perimeter as Steph can at times. I mean, maybe not at the same volume, obviously, which is the reason that Steph is great. But still, he is a little bit more point guard-ish than I think Steph is, where Steph's a great lead guard. But I think Halliburton's more of an actual, like, true point guard type playmaker guy. A different type of lineage there. I know Simmons on his pod was saying that this team, this Pacers team was maybe similar to the 7 second or less Suns, chat. Hey, pause. But him being like in that line. So I guess Steph is kind of in the line of Steve Nash. So are we not giving Steve Nash his credit, chat? It goes Steve Nash to Steph to Tyrese Halliburton. Hey, maybe it does. I'm not, as I'm saying it doesn't sound too crazy. Tyrese is a little bit taller as well too. So, Kobe and MJ, it's just like they were literally mirrors of each other. Like, is it gonna work that way for every great player in NBA history to get that type of mirror image, chat? But I don't know. Like even Kareem now, like we're getting Wembanyama. Like there is still like Wemby, speaking of taller, like still a little taller than Kareem, but still there's some. Like, there's obvious dimensional stuff going on with Wemby that you were like, okay, this is Kareem, newer version, reincarnate. Or maybe Durant as well, too, where the offensive game has the similarities there. Obviously, defensively, he's more... Yeah, so he's Kareem and Durant, of course, Chet. Overhyped Wemby corner. There we go for the day. But... yeah, I don't know why we're talking about the lineage of Steph to Tyrese Halliburton exactly, but the emulating the game, chat, the people emulating the game, like will the 3-point shooting thing be there? But people will in the park now will be like, well, now I have to pass like Tyrese Halliburton, like now I have to get my 10 assists a game, or will they just be like, okay, well I've got to get my fouls like Shea? Probably the fouls like Shea would be the next one. So if the guy calling foul, I guess foul merchant guy is a guy that will appear in pickup games. There's the guy that always, because the problem is, you get into these pickup games where you call your own fouls, and then some guys like, well, I am Shea, like my game, I'm Harden, I gotta get to the pause, like I gotta get to the free throw line, 12 a game. It's like, well, but we're playing 2-12, so I gotta take 12 free throws. Like, I don't know how the math is gonna work here, and we're playing 1s and 2s, but you're taking 2 free throws every time. Like, is that how this works as well too? I don't know if the math is mathing, but so foul merchant is not a new guy. Maybe Shea is an extension of that, Chad. Maybe Shea is like a new, because that was always a thing as well too. In like I think the 70s, even in the early 2000s, there was like some obviously in the early 2000s with Iverson and stuff, there was still some street ball influence into the NBA. But the idea of the guy dominating. Like, again, literally on the pickup court. Like, speaking of Kareem, like, that's something that's so legendary about. Like, that's what's so fun about Kareem and Dr. J. Is their legendary, like, Rucker Park. I'm pretty sure Rucker Park is obviously Rucker Park is the park. But is that the one that Dr. J is famous for, chat? We just got to be factual here and make sure. I should know. I've read Dr. J's book a couple of times. But, yeah. Dr. J. Rucker Park, chat. Iconic. Pictures all over the place. So, look at this. Do we got video? Are we going to get taken down for watching this video? Probably not. This is not NBA footage, chat. They can't copyright us for this. I guess we'll test the limits here of what we're capable of watching. But Dr. J and Rucker Park, 9.6 million views. Are going to take down our live stream, chat? Hey, that wouldn't seem right. Okay, I think there's maybe some voiceover here early on. Can we get to some actual highlights? And, maybe there's not a ton, but we had slow motion back then, chat. Maybe they did that in post. Who knows? Shout out the reverse dunk. Butch Parcell. Shout out. Balling back in the day. Look at the vertical leap, chat. I don't know if that rim was like maybe 9'7", who knows? But, I mean, it seemed like he was almost touching the backboard at the angle there. Oh, the full court lob. Unbelievable. I love the commitment to the game. They almost have the same uniforms that you would see in an NBA game as well, too, which is not something that, again, you would see in a pickup game now. But maybe we need to bring that back. Does this guy look kind of like... We got a little like... Denzel. Could Denzel play this guy in a movie, chat? Is this like a He Got Game / Dr. J at Harlem documentary? What's going on here? But, yeah, shout out. I guess those are our highlights, chat. Definitely some more pictures. Okay, is this the one of the vertical leap again? What, is this like some Gerald Green stuff? Okay, chat, we're canceled now. We just reverse compared Gerald Green to Dr. J. I think it's supposed to be... Is Gerald Green on some Dr. J type stuff, chat? But does not seem like there's a ton of footage. So maybe IT, go see what other, videos we can dig up here of Dr. J at Rucker Park. But yeah, you don't have that as much of, and maybe it's more with the development as well too of the actual youth system in AAU. I mean, this stuff was obviously around back in the day, but maybe it just was. Maybe it's just like so much more focused now, where if you're just gonna like any games you're gonna be playing in a major way, are gonna be in that type of environment. And a lot of big tournaments now, you're going to actual venues, like we're saying, indoor arenas, like Drew League. Like Drew League would almost be like, and I guess Rucker, I'm guessing, still does have a league as well too. But like I'm saying, you don't hear the NBA guys will pull to Drew League. You don't hear of the NBA guys pulling up to like a Rucker Park summer run. So maybe the NBA guys, they don't want to play outdoors, chat. It could definitely be concrete, bad for the knees. Who knows? So Rucker Park, get a different surface, and then maybe, you start making your bid for some off-court tournaments, potentially. I don't know if they have to... I don't think we need to start renovating Rucker Park, chat. I think it's fine. But we just need to leave it the way that Common and Queen Latifah found it in Just Right, chat. I guess Common counts as a guy that, Scott McKnight, he grew up playing at Rucker Park and then went to the NBA. So that's the last one, chat. The last great NBA player to play at Rucker Park, Scott McKnight, it looks like. Caruso does get to the line here, chat, though. So 10 minutes left, second quarter. Okay, we're locking in, chat. 33-25. Caruso's free throws gives us a chance to reset or ramble and get lost down another trail again as well, too. But we got to stay locked in. I got to watch the game as well, too. We can't get lost in these pages, because then somebody's going to ask at work tomorrow, like, oh, that was a crazy game. It's like, oh, yeah, no, I actually don't know what happened. I was just staring at basketball reference pages all night, as it turned out. But I saw the score. So we're going to watch the game, chat. We're going to lock in here, and we're going to see what's happening. Thomas Bryant's going to the bench, though, unfortunately. Did we miss the Thomas Bryant minutes? Oh, shout out a pro Thomas Bryant pod. We support, chat. Get him on the Spurs next year. I don't know if we'll do a draft of... Maybe we will do a draft. Guys that we won on San Antonio from this playoff run. There's a couple of them that I guess Thomas Bryant, honestly, might be the one that I'm thinking of. Because there's another one, with Randall and Towns and stuff. And just being on the trade machine in general. It's like, okay, do we have new perspective on some players after this playoff run? But there was another free agent as well, too. And maybe we've looked at it and mentioned it in the past, but I was thinking about it even more, and I can't remember which one it is now. But maybe it is Thomas Bryant. His three-point shooting next to Wembanyama. Yeah, how his Wemby's defense, Thomas Bryant's offense, chat. Hey, yo, how does that fit together? I think maybe it kind of pairs up well. Siakam and Wembanyama? I guess I don't know what we were thinking about. Maybe Wemby and Durant and Giannis and all kinds of different stuff, of course. Which, speaking of, does seem like, speaking of super teams forming, chat, it does seem like there's a 2026 Olympic super team kind of maybe on the watch right now. And we still, I guess, I don't know what I guess I'm saying 2026 Olympics. Is that correct? Or 2026 World Cup? What is 2026 competition, chat? 2026 Team USA basketball. Because there's going to be a Team USA event, I think. Or am I just thinking of maybe I'm just thinking of the World versus the new All-Star format, where it's going to be Team USA versus Team World. Okay, so wait, so is there not World Cup, though, in 2026? I guess maybe it doesn't have to be 2026 for this team to be forming. Let's see here. 2026 FIBA World Cup. Women's chat. But does that mean the men and the women's, do they just take place in the same year? Or do they all... Is the men's in, like, 2027? Let's see. Do we go 2027 FIBA World Cup? Let's see what happens. They're like, you idiots. Nothing happened. Oh, there we go, chat. Okay, so the men's is in 2027. So I guess in preparation for the 2027 World Cup. But it seems like we got to start keeping our eyes on Team Jamaica, chat. I think it's Jamaica. Team Jamaica. Okay, hosted in Qatar. Okay, we've already stumbled down the rabbit hole, chat. We're not watching the game. Chet just got fouled, I think. I don't know. The venue's 8,000? A handball court, 15,000. I guess these look like World Cup venues, but I wasn't dawning on me that... I guess 15,000. Yeah, they'll be playing the championship games. That's, it's still like a real arena. It's a couple thousand smaller than NBA's, but still. You're getting a full professional basketball game environment there. So qualified teams, yeah, I guess the only qualified team right now is the host team because they qualified because of that. So we still got the stages to go through for that process. 2027 FIBA World Qualification, chat. Format. It starts in 2020. Oh, schedule windows. Here we go. November to December 2025. So at the end of this year is when 80 national teams will compete during the qualification process. The schedule for 6 windows as follows. Over a 15-month period. So November 2025 to March 2027 will be the qualifications, and I don't know if it's working in. I guess no, because it'll be the summer will probably be the actual tournament itself. Or I guess qualification dates right here, chat. Yeah, February 2024 to March 2027. So FIBA Africa, Americas, Asia, Oceania, and FIBA Europe, chat. Got it segmented off there very well. So let's see if we can see early prospects for Team Jamaica, chat. Wait, where were they? They got to be over here somewhere. Was it Bahamas, maybe? Group B, Group C? Winner, PQ. Oh, wait a second. So these teams have already got their seeding locked in for qualification, and then there's like a sub-qualification, maybe, that has to happen. Oh, well, I guess we could just look it up here. Either way, Team Jamaica, seems like they're going to be getting the Thompson twins, potentially. I was seeing reports that Amen and Asar Thompson were in talks to join the Jamaican national team. And, yeah, Scotty Barnes, that was the other one, chat. But Devin Vassell from San Antonio, Isaiah Stewart, Scotty Barnes, and then the Thompson twins. Like, that's kind of a team. Oh, and they already have Norm Powell. Norm Powell's already committed. And Josh Manoit, chat. Josh Manoit, Rosillo All-Star Josh Manoit. So this team is kind of stacked, chat. Nick Richards. Blake previously mentioned Sun Center. Nick Richards was born in Kingston, Jamaica, chat, as another candidate to join the national team. If Jamaica is able to secure the commitments of aforementioned NBA players, the country would become a formidable blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, their roster is stacking up, chat. Guys at a lot of the desired spots as well, too. I mean, you think, like, a guy like Amen Thompson can double as a wing and a perimeter creator as well, too, for the team. I mean, even some small ball. Like, between both of the Thompson twins and Scotty Barnes, like, there could be some small ball potential as well, too. And I guess they would have our guy Richards in here, the center, if they needed to go with like a traditional center type lineup. So you start looking at, Richards versus whoever the U.S. is going to throw out there at center at that time, because that was already a questionable spot last time we were in international competition, and we had Davis and Embiid, chat. And I don't know, 2027 Davis and Embiid, if we're going to be sending that combo in the same way. So, we do have some younger talent, of course, emerging. A guy like Evan Mobley could be a real front court presence in Team USA going forward. Of course, we're potentially going to be adding Cooper Flagg to the Team USA roster. So that's going to be another front court guy, not necessarily a center, of course, but still kind of a 3-4 player that's going to be taking up a spot for that those at least similar type of spots. So I guess it was Mobley the one, because Towns is Dominican Republic, or I don't know if he was, moving around to one of those other teams, like if he was as part of like Team Bahamas or something like that as well too. But he would not be eligible for U.S. Center. So what do we get Hartenstein, chat? I don't know if we get Zubats or not. Who gets Zubats? Because that's another one that he's obviously continuing to upgrade his center game. So, and Wembanyama, of course, is Team France. So it's going to be basically just the Cavs guys. We got Mobley, and we got Jared Allen. Yeah, Jokic, Serbia. Davis, chat. So Davis, 31 right now. Is he going to be on the FIBA roster as well? It should be Zion, chat. We should be playing small ball 5 with Zion at center. I bet Towns we could get, though, on Team USA. Especially now. Maybe we could get Towns now, because, again, he would have been competing against, Embiid and other people, potentially, for that spot, that first-team spot center. Or just that Team USA center spot. And Bam, I guess we got Bam still, of course. Shout out Bam. But we could add Towns into the mix. We still need somebody else besides Bam. Just for rotational purpose, chat. Pause. But I feel like we could definitely flip his commitment at some point if he was eyeing some more minutes on Team USA. Jaren Jackson as well too. Okay, for sure, chat. Here, let's just get the center guys sorted up here. I guess it's not gonna be perfect. There's probably some power forwards that could be doubling as centers as well too. So Towns, yeah, Jackson. Probably not Sengun, chat. So yeah, speaking of Miles Turner, Chet. How could we forget about Chet? So we've got Chet as our center. Chet, again, I think of 2027. Tatum, Chet. Tatum is an interesting international story as well too. Probably not going to be eager to send him to the 2020, at least any type of international competition right off of an Achilles injury. And who knows, Chad? Was that part of this? Maybe that wasn't into the storylines of what happened. I guess he didn't play on Team USA. I was gonna say it was playing on Team USA part of the the wear and tear that led to the injury. But he was not checking into those games, so probably didn't matter. Sabonis, could we get Sabonis technically? I don't know. He probably got a dual thing going on. Ayton is also Bahamas as well too, so. But again, another one. I feel like the international teams are almost transfer portal levels now, with where guys are getting commitments and moving around to. But I feel like we could still get who do we just say, chat? Sabonis. We could get Sabonis if we needed to, or Mark Williams is interesting as well. Ayton was the other one we said. We could get Ayton and Naz Reid. Like, I think Naz Reid's probably gonna have a born. Yeah, New Jersey. But I don't know here, chat. Let's go Naz Reid. I feel like we've looked this up before. Naz Reid. Should we go just Team USA? See what the commitment is. Expected to enter free agency. Okay, so not necessarily the same thing. We have to go like international team. Naz Reid, FIBA. Which team did he play for in FIBA? Naz Reid and Trey Murphy to join Team USA. We got Naz Reid. Oh, chat, let's go. Lock it in, gold medal. Okay. I've joined the select team. Either way, Naz Reid on Team USA. We're good to go, chat. So, we'll lock him in as a center guy for sure. At least an option. Like I said, Towns light, chat, if we need to go a little more offensive next to Bam. Because you think Bam defensively next to Naz Reid offensively, chat? It's definitely more of a wing guard focused team, but that's still pretty good. Like, I'm not mad about that lineup if that's who we're sending out there. Jahlil Okafor, chat. Oh, hey, that just broke my brain. Jahlil Okafor is still in the league and on the Pacers. Can we get Jahlil Okafor checked into this game? Hey, Jahlil Okafor's gonna get a ring. Okay, chat. 34-41. It might actually be a good finals. Whew. Okay, I'm honestly just nervous about the competitiveness of the finals more so than the Thunder potentially winning it with this roster, or Halliburton breaking through, or Shea becoming the guy and winning the MVP and the scoring title in the same year. Like, none of that matters. It's like, are these games going to be worth our time? I don't want just the Thunder to go out and just win by 40 every time. Come on, Pacers. Be proud. Play proud. Play with some pride. Everybody's picking the Thunder to win. And to be honest, like, I kind of want to pick the Pacers because Shea did that Malika Andrews interview, and that feels like something you got to do the year after, Chad. What are we doing that before the finals? So I guess the problem is they don't even have the veteran guy. Like, at least last year, with the Celtics and the Mavs, still a couple of more legacy teams, but Luka and Tatum obviously newer superstars. Tatum had been in the finals before, but still, against Steph. So with Tatum as the experienced guy in the finals, but there was still Horford last year in the finals from a storyline standpoint of like, here's the veteran who's been in the league for a while, who's like finally earned his shot to get a ring, and this guy deserves this storyline was Al Horford last year, and we don't even really have that in the league in the finals right now, Chad. Like the closest thing we would have to that is probably James Johnson, and James Johnson unfortunately is not really like a rotation guy anymore at this point. So, I mean, the Thunder have like the youngest team in the league. I think Hartenstein might be the oldest guy that actually gets minutes. Hartenstein is like 26. I mean, maybe even Dort, Chat. Like, here, I guess this is a long walk. Okay, is there any centers we need to mention, Chat? Jericho Sims. Anybody else that we forgot as well, too? Oh, Paul Reed. I guess my bias is probably not going to affect what team is saying. Oh, Klingon, Chat. Klingon is interesting. Klingon on Team USA. I think Klingon's going to be a dude. So, speaking of Horford, like I don't remember who Horford's Team USA runs, but Horford might have a little Bahamas or something in there as well too, Chat. Or maybe is he Dominican Republic as well too? Horford and Towns? Maybe it just never lined up for them to actually play together on the team. But yeah, Chat. Klingon would be fun. 2027. I don't know if they're going to be quite in the watch list by then, because the teams they're probably already getting ideas. With like these other international teams forming, like these teams are already starting to get ideas of who they want. But I'm sure we're watching for him, Chat. Like Klingon or Wendell Carter. I guess I was gonna say Wendell Carter is 5 years older, so yeah, he's a little farther along in his career. But Klingon defensively is pretty good. Missy is another one, Chat. If we can get Missy would be fun. I guess Edie is Canadian. Khalil Ware? Okay. Oh, Duran? Okay, Chat. So maybe it's just the guys sort of, again, in that Towns 29 to 27 sort of range. Maybe 30 to 27. You really just have Towns, Jokic, and Giannis. So for American guys, you really just have Towns at that point. But once you get into the 25 and under group for centers, it does seem like we're doing pretty good. We got some good talent to potentially pick from as well too. And yeah, I guess Naz Reid goes in that peak of the powers type window. Did we mention who is Mark Williams? Did we mention him, Chat? I think we did, because that would be fun as well. But yeah, for OKC here, let's see, is there an OKC team right here? Here we go, Chat. Hardenstein. Yeah, Hardenstein is 26. So he might be, best regular season record. Hey, yo, Chad, they added a little new tab in there. Shout out. I like it. A nice, easy way to get a glance at the league. But in terms of age, we've got, so Caruso and Kendrick Williams are 30. But Caruso already has a ring. So Caruso is not even in the Horford sort of, this guy deserves his spots, deserves his chance. And, he's still like a 6. Like, Caruso's important, but 6, Horford still kind of equal importance for both those guys. The Thunder just, again, a little bit more of a well-balanced team. A little bit of a push here at the end of the second quarter, Chat. Carlisle with another timeout, back up by 10. Dort hits the 3. But, Alex Reese, Chat. Hey, yo. 1 game played. They tried. How many rebounds did he get, Chat? How many me-bounds? Is that listed on here? But otherwise, you got 2 guys that are at 30, and then it just drops to 26. Shea, Hartenstein, and Wiggins are 26. Dort, Joe, and I guess, the guys that played a bunch of random games for him this year. But Dort, here, let's go playoff, Chat. That'll cut down the rotation a little bit more. So, yeah, Caruso, Kendrick Williams. And then for 25 guys, so Shea, Hartenstein, and Wiggins at 26. 25, Dort, Isaiah Joe, And then 23, Jalen Williams, Dylan Jones, Chet. And then, Cason Wallace, 21, Chet. Jalen Williams, center Jalen Williams. I guess power forward Jalen Williams, technically. 22. So, there's no veteran guy, no experience, storyline person to try to build a narrative around. I guess the point being, Shea kind of has to do the interview. In this case, I guess but Siakam has a ring. So McConnell at 32, chat. Is McConnell the one sort of teammate guy? Bounced around the league a little bit. It's like, oh, McConnell. Does McConnell deserve a ring? But also, is McConnell like a Horford type guy? Like Horford's a beloved character, chat, and Horford's obviously a competitive guy that people are probably not going to like the results they've gotten in games against Al Horford. But I don't know if he's gotten under people's skin maybe the same way that McConnell has. So I don't know if that's it's a determining factor in any of this, chat. But then, here for the playoffs as well too, you've got Siakam at 30, Turner at 28, Thomas Bryant at 20, and Tony Bradley at 27, Obi Toppin at 26, Nembhard and Neesmith at 25, Halliburton at 24, and then Mathurin at 22. Johnny Furphy at 20. Johnny Furphy logged some playoff minutes, chat. He's appeared in 7 playoff games. Johnny Furphy? Hey, yo, chat. That is a who he play for pop quiz type guess that I would not have gotten. 23 playoff minutes for Johnny Furphy. No points, but he's got 5 fouls. He's 0 for 3. 25 fouls in 23 minutes, chat. That's some Jaren Jackson level production right there. Let's see our guy on the per 36 in the playoffs. 7.8 fouls per 36, chat. He's fouling out twice every game almost. It's getting close. Who knows? But, it's a new teams and new players is why this feels like why this feels like the reset, because new teams would be one thing. Like I said, we got a little bit of some new players last year, but a couple other guys, and then still some similar franchises. Like, oh, here's the new version of the Celtics team. Here's the Mavs again. They're not the Celtics, but to go from Dirk to Luka did start to feel like, it felt like such a natural transition. And then I guess Luka to Doncic does feel like a good transition. It just was not supposed to be, 7 years after Doncic got drafted, maybe, 20 years later. And it's like, okay, we had a full other career. And now we get Cooper Flag Jr. chat, a little Bronny situation. I don't know what happens, but it does feel like a good progression from those superstars across the board. But still, franchises that we're familiar with being in the top of the finals, franchises that have both won it before as well too, playing with different levels of desperation from like the people at the front, I guess, more so than the players, I guess. But 3:48, second quarter. Here we go, chat. Siakam with the little rise above jumper over Jalen Williams, though Jalen Williams with great defense. 16 turnovers by the Pacers to 3 for the Thunder. And the Pacers being down 10, chat, with a 13 turnover differential. Make that 14 as Caruso gets the steal. Transition. Oh, charge, chat. Thank goodness, the ref. Trying to keep this one balanced. Caruso with the pathetic attempt at trying to get a replay. Just kind of throwing it out there. He's like, hey, just a suggestion. Not really a... maybe he like half decided at halfway through the replay, spinning the finger. He's like, well, maybe not. Who knows? He's kind of looked at the replay like, yeah. But thankfully the refs are like, no, we can't let this game out of hand. I mean, if anything, Silver has to know that these games have to be good. I mean, I don't even know if people are going to be locked in on the finals the same way. It'll be interesting to see what the conversation is. Just on the streets, I guess, about this game. Because obviously the basketball people are locked in anyways, but those extra eyeballs of like, oh, wait, the Lakers are in the finals? Oh, wait, the Knicks are in the finals? Like, that would have been a difference, chat. Like, more people would have known about that. I mean, I was talking with somebody at work today, and they were like, the New York team was the only team that they actually knew at this point. So there was something for them being at this stage in the playoffs, and for them being that level of a team as well, too. Where it's like the branding has been so powerful and prevalent for all these years, and now it's like, you know, easier to engage with when you get to the certain levels like this as well too. Dort in the corner for 3, chat. You can't leave Dort for 3. Dort's the type of guy that can win you finals. He can hit a couple of 3.5 and help steal the game. Oh, chat. Are the Pacers going to have 20 turnovers in this half? This might be a little too much. Shea with the step back 3. Oh, way off, chat. Way off. Maybe Shea's, maybe his performance, I don't know if we go numbers check here, will be a sort of evening factor, surprisingly, in this game. 6 for 16. Okay, chat, 14 points, so still good points production. But 2 free throws? So is he a foul merchant, chat? Shea, he's a fraud. Hey, oh, whoa. MVP? Is this your MVP, chat? They should have given it to Jokic. Hey, yo. Jalen Williams, 12-point game. Tyrese, we need a 3. The double screen. In the corner, is that Neesmith? Oh, chat. Neesmith is here to play. In OKC, in the corner, doesn't matter. The fans, they're tense, chat. How will their young team handle this type of moment? I mean, they're up 9 right now. First half, you're feeling okay. Why would the Pacers be more experienced in this moment than your own team? Shea, nobody can stop him going downhill, chat. He's unstoppable. When he decides for stretches in this game that he's just gonna go to the basket like 6 times in a row, I don't know if the Pacers are gonna be able to contain it. They don't have that type of shot block. I mean, Turner's a guy who can be really formidable at the rim for sure. Pause, but I don't know if he's that type of shot blocker, type of interior presence. Maybe I don't know if he's necessarily a deterrent, I guess, is the way to say it. And with Shea's ability to attack and get past the defenders as well too. Oh, and there he bombs the 3, chat. Swish. Up by 12. 40 seconds. Just enough of a push to start to make it a little bit comfortable. If you're in that double-digit phase, you're feeling good. Oh, Cason Wallace knocks it out of bounds. McConnell had the layup. Wow, chat. Baseline out of bounds, 12 seconds. Wow. Great defense by Cason Wallace. McConnell was wide open. Again, the Pacers really had nobody there. And with the spacing lineup as well, too. And they're running small with Siakam right now, too, chat. So they really have no rim protection whatsoever. So if they go to these type of lineups, then Shea's just going to pick them apart. This is going to be the unlocked Shea lineup, I guess. I don't know if maybe Turner's the secret in some way to keep it down. Maybe it's what we're saying earlier, you know, in the Eastern Conference Finals, they have to get to the point where they start throwing like Jarris Walker on him, just the size, and trying to keep him totally locked down. I mean, I guess they've got Siakam on him right now, chat. Siakam and Turner, the double. Chet misses the layup. Okay, 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds left. They can get this to single digits. Oh, another steal from behind. Shea this time with the quick hands. Oh, Chet. Caruso driving in the layup. Oh! Chet, the layup almost went off. Almost got it to go. It rolled off. That would have been it. I think kind of a huge momentum thing there. It could have gone to 9, and then all of a sudden it's 14. Or, you know, it could have gone to 10. Now it's 14. But it stays at 12. You know, who gets the ball first to start the second half, chat? Hey, yo. It does seem like Shea would be the one. You know, we're talking about the Pacers clean up their turnovers, but it does seem like Shea has the ability to unlock his game. Not even the best Shea performance. And he had 20.5. I got to be honest, chat. This could be one of my favorite Shea games. Shea, 50% every time we get it. You're efficient. It's cool, man. Stat nerds. But what about a game where it gets gross, chat? Ayo, let's, like Popovich said, chat. Ayo, pause, but show me some nasty. When you go 8 for 18, what's the performance look like? How's the impact? The end of the halves, chat. He's aggressive. He's getting to the basket. He's not relying on the fouls as well, too. He's just going for the layups, taking it strong. Great start to the game here, chat. Great start to the finals. It's looking good for the Thunder against the Pacers so far in game 1. So we'll take a quick break. And then second half, we will see, chat. Can the Pacers close the score? Can the Thunder continue their impressive performance? We'll find out, chat. Coming up next. Okay, chat. What do the Pacers need to do? Besides, you know, maybe actually trade for Shea at this point. Can they get Jokic on the Pacers in time for the finals? I don't know. Would Jokic on the Pacers be able to work, chat? Is that sort of the test to see what happens with the Thunder? Is this our first visit to the Chat GPT tonight, chat? Is it possible to assemble a team to take down the Thunder in the 2025 season? Should we see what it says, chat? What could happen? If Jokic could be on any team, maybe there's a couple different versions of the question to ask it here. Let's see, chat. What's on the agenda today? Is there a possible... or wait, what? Because it's not just like a possible of the 29 teams to beat OKC. It's a fake. I guess if we talk about it enough, it'll hear us, and then it'll give us the right answer. But it's a fake version of all the guys, obviously. We're just hypothetically, what version of any 5 guys can we have as a lineup? Okay, wait. Is there a hypothetical chat? Oh. Is there a hypothetical 5-man lineup that could... Ayo, pause, chat, but... that could get a win? Okay, there we go. That could get... Oh, not beat, but Ayo could get a win. That could get a win over the... And it's going to be NBA history. It's going to be like, well, yeah, if you put Jordan, LeBron, and, you know, Wemby out there, then they're definitely going to... That team's definitely going to win. But that could get a win over the 2025 Thunder. Do we just say NBA champion Thunder and then kind of trick it into thinking that the championship's already happened? It'll be like, wait, that's not mathing with my math. Okay, a rising juggernaut with a elite young talent, Shea, Jalen Williams. Oh, it still thinks Josh Giddey is still on the Thunder, chat. Okay, so ChatGPT might not be totally accurate in this case. It says Josh Giddey or Isaiah Joe. No, I guess, so no accounting for Caruso at this point. Oh, chat, it's got to go all time. Hey, yo. Okay, wait, we want a lineup. So it's just going to be all these guys again in 2025. A lineup of 2020. Oh. Hey, yo. 2025. Guys. Maybe that'll actually get Amen Thompson in the mix, chat. And then we'll see what happens. Okay, a current version of the team to match against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay, Halliburton as the point guard. Tough start, chat. I guess tall enough to defend Josh Giddey. Okay, so does Caruso change the fact that Halliburton would be in the mix? And Anthony Edwards would be the, the prototypical ideal shooting guard to go against the Thunder as well, too, which, again, they just took down in the Western Conference Finals. So 2 of the guys in the all-time lineup to beat the Thunder for 2025 have already lost. Tatum, unfortunately, couldn't happen. Giannis, and then Embiid over Jokic in 2025? I don't know. Switch 1-4 and let Embiid drop coverage. Force Chet into foul trouble. Bench options, Jamal Murray, Bam Adebayo, Devin Booker, Kawhi. So no mention of Jokic in the ChatGPT, apparently. Not impressed with Jokic series against... It was more impressed with Edwards series against the Thunder than Jokic, chat. Hey, yo. So we should we, I guess, not just to take down the Thunder, but what 2025 lineup is the best for Jokic? Oh, well, what are we spelling here, chat? This is not the right search. Let's see. What 2025 lineup is the best for Jokic? And actually, we don't want lineup. We want what 2025 team is the best for lineup. Do we go 2026 team just to give it a little future boost as well, too? See if that maybe gets the Josh Giddey, Alex Caruso trade into the ChatGPT. Jokic optimized team, chat. Orlando! Oh, the Magic fan just got very excited, chat. The Orlando fans were like, oh, Jokic and Paolo? And they can keep Paolo in their trade. They have Paolo and Franz and Suggs. Somehow they trade Jokic for KCP and Jonathan Isaac. Chat, we got the crunchiest snack for all time. I don't know why. We weren't thinking that one through. But the Cavs, the Kings. Oh, no. Jokic on the Sacramento Kings. Light the beam culture plus Jokic passing equals chaos for defense. Hey, yo. Light the beam culture plus Jokic passing. But, yeah, see, it's those De'Aaron Fox and the Kings, chat. Hey, yo. Keegan Murray, Malik Monk. Okay, that team would have been fun for Jokic. Toronto. Worst fits, Houston, Atlanta, and Chicago. Atlanta, the Trey-centric offense would clash. Wow, chat. Not even Trae Young could play with Jokic. It might actually be hopeless, unfortunately. Chicago Bulls, not enough movement or off-ball shooting. And like we said, the Rockets are too ISO heavy. So not San Antonio either, but the Magic apparently, chat. Hey, yo. Best team for Jokic. So yeah, the Magic, I guess if anybody can keep all their starting five and trade for Jokic, that would be fine. So the lightly retooled Orlando Magic. So is this a free agency move? This would have to be. Wagner, Banchero give Jokic a Euro-style front court with passing and feel. Suggs, oh wait, Bane? Wait, Desmond Bane? That didn't even sink in there, chat. Wait, Desmond Bane is on this team. Hey, yo. So they traded for Jokic and Desmond Bane and still have Paolo, Franz, and Wagner? Well, yeah, of course this team would be awesome. No ball hogs, just smart IQ talent that complements Jokic. They could slow down or run through Jokic depending on matchups as well. So the Cavs have to trade Garland. Apparently, the Kings have to trade Sabonis. But there's no... Okay, wait, so what is the trade, chat? What is the Magic trade? And how do they get Bane too? What's the secret? Is this how Presti is winning the league? Just ChatGPT. And how do they get Bane too? It's a lot of assets going out, chat. Hey, yo. Do they even have enough draft picks to make that work? Let's see here, chat. Desmond Bane, KCP on steroids, literally. Play style and actual muscle mass, both on steroids compared to KCP. How Orlando traded for Bane. Bane is under contract. So, Anthony Black? Okay, so Anthony Black, a 25 first, a 27 first, and Gary Harris. And maybe the rights to Jet Howard as well, too. So, that's how they got Bane. So, wait. Would you like to expand this into a full Jokic to Orlando offseason? Yeah, yes, please. Yes, please. How is Orlando... I guess, not that we need to get Jokic to Orlando, but getting Jokic to the East? That could be kind of fun, I guess. So, again, we want to make sure that they get Jokic and, I guess, Desmond Bane in this situation. So, yeah, they're trading Anthony Black and 2 future firsts and Gary Harris for Desmond Bane alone. Phase 2, acquire Jokic. So, they have a lot more picks, I guess, than I thought. Wendell Carter, Cole Anthony, and 4 first-round picks, plus Jonathan Isaac and some cap maneuvering. Let's see if this is even possible, chat. I don't know if this is the point of finals game 1 watch along, but if there even is some realistic possibility here, this is interesting. I don't know if ChatGPT is sending out the same picks and multiple trades as well too. No, 25 and 27. Oh, maybe is it not accounting for the stipend rule, chat? Maybe they're not able to trade some of these 2026, but Chicago, Orlando, maybe. Okay. Let's see. I guess even this Jokic one as well, too. This feels like such a steal, chat. Even, 4 or 5 first-round picks. There's no other good players in this trade, unfortunately. You know, shout out, I guess, to the players in this trade. Hey, yo, IT, cut that out. But who are they trading with? Oh, yeah, the Magic. Hey, yo, chat. Let's see here. Orlando, from the 7 seed to Jokic. Somehow, again, the Nuggets make a Jokic trade with the Magic and they don't get any of their primary. Somehow Anthony Black ends up going to the Grizzlies in this situation and not the Nuggets, chat. This is crazy. But they get him for Cole Anthony and Wendell Carter Jr. Wow, chat. The Spurs better be calling. If this is the trade, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so mad. Hopefully ChatGPT is not, like, reading the text of whoever's running the Magic right now and thinks that they're cooking this up. And this is why it's giving us this idea. So it needs salary filler as well, too. So Jonathan Isaac at $15 million a year. Is this even enough? No, chat. Way off. Way off. Okay, so KCP is going to have to be in the trade. So Suggs would have to be in this trade, chat. I mean, at the very least, Jalen Suggs would have to be in this trade. But I guess just the contract of it as well, too. We're going to go 4-1. Because don't they need... Well, they don't need KCP for the Desmond Bane trade as well. They have Gary Harris for that. So, optional filler, the Jet Howard contract. Okay, so KCP is going back to Denver. KCP, Wendell... Oh, wait, Cole Anthony. We forgot about Cole Anthony. Oh, wait, there he is. Cole Anthony, Wendell Carter, Jonathan Isaac, and KCP in 4 first-round picks for Jokic. Okay, this might actually work. Oh, chat. Oh, it failed. Okay, where are we over, chat? Oh, we're over by $5 million. Okay, KCP is too much. A 2-for-1? Jokic is going to be traded with another player? They've got to trade Jokic and Strother? It's like, oh, man. Why are the Nuggets doing this? This is where you got to pounce where they don't have anybody running the team. And you're like, wait, what's happening? Pickett? I think Pickett might be good. I don't know. I mean, Hunter Tyson could be good as well, too. And Orlando needs perimeter threats. So bring in Hunter Tyson just in case. Him and Jet Howard can teach everybody else how to shoot three-pointers maybe. But that puts us at about $3 million off. Failed. Oh. This is going to be a real picky one, chat. It is what it is. So what did it say? Like 5 mil? So that's Christian Braun, Peyton Watson, Westbrook on the sign-in trade? Can he be a part of a sign-in trade in this move? He's the only player being sign-in traded. So I think that's the only, at least back in the old CBA, that was the only rule, chat. Okay, second half underway. OKC got the first bucket, so... Or did they? Wait, what was the score at halftime? It's still 12, so... I guess at the end of the day, that's the margin is still the same, regardless. But Siakam driving. Oh, there we go. Gets the foul. But what were we saying? Yeah, Westbrook would be the only guy getting signed and trade, so I think that might actually work. I think that could actually be a viable option. And for him to continue to go with Jokic, like, I feel like Jokic in a way might almost want Westbrook on this team. A veteran, like, hey, bring him along. We had a weird chemistry thing going there for a second. I don't know if Westbrook falls into some old habits in the playoffs again in the same way. And if Magic fans are like, oh, is Cerruti going to be anti-Westbrook, chat? But probably not if it means getting Jokic, is my guess. So they have to sign him to like a little, I don't know what the veteran, I guess his veteran minimum might actually work for this. His player option is 3.4. Can we modify his contract? View and modify? Sign new deal? Contract type? Standard contract? Oh, this might just start making up random moves. I don't know, chat. I don't know if that's going to work. But it's going to make us go to 100% of the trade. Yeah, it's going to fail us again. At 1.8 million off. So I guess if it's possible to sign and trade Westbrook for the exact number, then... Oh, wait, Dario Saric can opt into his player option and save the day? So you have to promise Dario Saric, like, you're going to buy the next, like, 6 generations of his family. Maybe not that, maybe, like, pay for a semester of his kid's college. I don't know, a Lambo for his kid when he can drive. Like, I don't know what the promise is, chat. But, oh, it still fails. Where are we at? $79,000 over. I think, chat, I think this is a new record. I think this is about as close as we've been to getting a trade, and it can't go. $79,000. I mean, this is a nice, this is like a manager at a Popeyes. This is salary, chat. Like, Orlando Magic have to fire a manager, a Popeyes manager, to get Jokic. Which Popeyes manager wants to make the sacrifice to bring in Nikola Jokic? I guess I don't know Orlando salaries to, Midwest salaries. Maybe this is a little bit higher. But if Jokic was going to the Iowa Magic, chat, make no mistake, a Popeyes manager is getting fired to bring in Jokic. It is what it is. It is, it's going to happen. I guess, I don't know if he's in the trade. He would go open up a new location in Denver, and then he gets to manage that one maybe as part of the deal. Uprooting his life. It's part of the game, chat. You sign up to be a manager. Sometimes it happens. You get traded for another manager. Halliburton with a little 6, 8, and 5 is not bad through the first half, chat. I guess maybe is there value in a Halliburton triple-double bet at some point? I don't know if that was a special Halliburton to get a triple-double at any point in the finals, but game to game, I don't know if we get good enough odds to bet that every game. Maybe if this series goes in 4 games, then that is potentially good enough odds, but he may hover in that range as well too. So maybe just player prop his rebounds or his assist total is going to be up there. So we're going to have to check his player props for his rebounds the next game. I feel like the books are going to do a good job of accounting, but still, it might be worth looking at. It might be even just a little bit of enough boost to throw it into a parlay with something as well too. But honestly, chat, I feel like it's 79K. Do we just have to call that one good? Like, I guess maybe Zeke Naji. If you're trading Jokic, then you don't necessarily have to worry about, like, you do worry about what does the rest of the team look like. But you're not like, our center depth. Like, at this point, you've traded your guys. So I guess the Magic are in that first apron space as well, too. Yeah, they're going to fail. This could be a 3 for 4. Chat, this deal might just be, again, a couple $1 million from being off. In the chat GPT version, I don't think there's any way. Hot take, chat. I don't think there's any way that KCP, Jonathan Isaac, Wendell Carter, and Cole Anthony is enough in a trade for Yoga. I could be wrong. You never know, chat. Modern NBA, it's tough to say. But because you're getting, like, Anthony Black feels like he might be, is he 2 first-round picks right now? It's maybe a little aggressive, like a pretty protected first-round pick. But he was a number 6 overall pick as well, too. But you're getting 3 first-round picks in a pick swap. 3 first-round picks in those players that we mentioned, chat. There's just no way. There's just no way that this actually happens. But there is enough. There is a little bit more there, I guess, than I thought. Let's see. 20 picks. Okay, so they are stacked up on picks, chat. I guess they do have Denver's own pick this year, the 25th pick. 16 and 25 this year, and then, a little smattering of picks throughout the next couple of years as well, too. So, okay, they are a little more formidable in the trade market than I thought as well. Is this a Durant team? This could be a fun Durant team. I don't know, you trade, because Phoenix is one to say, like, hey, we would maybe want to trade, and, they're going to have to trade 1 for 3, 1 for 4 anyways. But from the idea of them needing to just acquire more talent to get some depth because they can't make any moves because of their roster limitations, they might be willing to take, like, 16 and 25 for Kevin Durant. I guess, are we doing Magic Trade Corner right now, chat? But the moves are, the inspiration is here, chat. It is what it is. I'm feeling, because, I mean, Durant's name is hot on the market right now as well, too. Teams are calling. There was a rumor that, I don't know if we're getting Barry McCockner here, chat, pause, but I'll just say I saw a post. I guess I'm not, we're not reporters. We're just sitting here on a couch. I'm not saying I saw a news post. I'm just saying I saw a post. That's all. I'm not saying I'm repeating it as the post was true. But the post did say that there was talks about Giannis and Durant teaming up in Toronto, which the Toronto part of it made me, it was both, like, I guess it didn't really move the needle in any way, because I was like, okay, Toronto, obviously what they have right now is not like, okay, do we go to this place? But if you're able to get Giannis and Durant, then yeah, Toronto's obviously great. And Toronto, I mean, our guy Jalen Rose has talked up Toronto as a great place to live. So I don't know, Giannis and Durant are making a move for the border, chat. They didn't want to be here anymore, but maybe they want to, maybe there's something about the actual, again, just lifestyle of the city in Toronto that they're like, this is an awesome place to live. They got some young talent. Masai's proven himself to be a good GM in the past. And maybe it does seem like a desirable team to want to, maybe it becomes sort of like a hotel stay for, the hotel tonight for superstar runs for getting a title. Like, hey, Kawhi, you're here for 1 season, get us a title. Durant and Giannis will be here for 1 season, get us a title. But, again, the idea of trading, a lot of times you hear in a trade, you trade, like, multiple first-round picks. You're trying to get, the 3rd pick in one draft, the 4th pick in the next draft. And you're trying to, obviously get the best of the best that you can. But if you could trade 2 basically guaranteed non-lottery picks for Kevin Durant, and I guess again, Kevin Durant at $54 million, similar number as Jokic, but at least for this trade, we don't have ChatGPT restricting us with the fact that Denver couldn't get any good players in a Jokic deal. It only had to be Wendell Carter and Cole Anthony and such. So we won't let ChatGPT mess this up for Suns fans this time. We'll let Matt Ishbt do that this time. Ayo, chat. But yeah, so we got Durant. So Wendell Carter, KCP back in the deal, chat. 32 years old. I don't know if... See, this is another one where I don't know if maybe they wouldn't have to give up, I guess, Franz, Suggs, or Paolo as well, because Durant, I don't know if he's going to have the same futuristic type hopes that you would with Jokic. I mean, you're still bringing in Durant with the hopes of changing your title odds, obviously, which is ultimately why you're bringing in Jokic as well, too. Again, with different responsibilities they're going to carry on the team. But also the amount of years you would expect him to contribute as well, too. I think Jokic has a little more... I mean, he's just a younger player at this point as well, too. But, yeah, I don't know if they would have to trade Suggs. Definitely not... Wagner for Durant would be almost a 1-for-1, And with the salaries, Orlando, we've already proven that they can't just absorb a number into their cap space at this point. Suggs and Durant would actually, I think, be an interesting 1-for-1. I mean, Suggs almost proved himself weirdly more important than any of the guys on the team last year. But I do think that in a 1-for-1 situation, you'd be more willing to do that potentially. But I don't know if you throw in Durant or Suggs in a trade with another guy, especially for Durant as well, too. That'd start getting to be a little too much. Okay, Indiana, back down by 10. Our eyebrows are raised, Chad. Here we go. Oh, Dort, the step back 3. No, he's going to cook Obi Toppin. Chat, if Dort's cooking, the Thunder are booking tickets to Disneyland. I don't know, chat. But, oh, what happened here? So, yeah, definitely Isaac, KCP. I mean, you're thinking, okay, we get 16. If you're getting 16 and 25, that's a pretty... Again, decent little haul, and maybe you don't need as good of a name value as well too, in the players, the contracts that you're getting back. So here, chat, we'll go to the Tankathon, just to reference real quick. So I mean, I'm sure you could, in that type of range, you could kind of gravitate toward what you want for. Do we want to go with maybe an older player who can try to impact us more initially, or do we want to try to build for the future a little bit more? Like, is Walter Clayton on the board at this point, chat? Let's see here. 16. Orlando, the new updated logo. Ayo, chat. So Liam McNeely, right now at 16. Over Igor Denham, Thomas Sorber, Will Riley at 21. And then they also have 25. So, yeah, Walter Clayton. Hey, there we go, chat. They can kind of dabble into both. But if that was Phoenix, taking those guys could potentially play right away for Phoenix as well, too. As wing guys, they could go for, center rotation maybe, front court rotation, continue to bulk that up as well, too. So, you trade Durant, you get, we're saying KCP at 21.6 probably has to be in the deal. A two-year deal, I guess Durant isn't expiring this year, so if you're Phoenix, you are kind of committing to more money next year, at least from the KCP side of things. And if you're bringing another guy, there's not really any other expirings as well here, too. I guess the team option on Mo Wagner at 11. But as a backup center, he might actually be decent. Honestly, though, if they need a center rotation, if you could snag Bitsida, is that a good get, chat? I don't know if I just watched the right games or not, but he might be, honestly, a decent throw-in guy. He might actually be the guy that could play from the most, chat. Bitsida, Booker, and Bradley Beal. A Bitsida, Bataze, Booker, pick and roll could actually be pretty crazy. So that's going to get you up near 30. You're going to need 20 more million. So this is going to be a 4-for-1 for Durant, and then you're going to trade 2 picks as well, too. it does get a little hefty, chat. So maybe, I guess, KCP was the most expensive guy here. I was going to say, maybe we throw in Isaac instead, but Isaac actually loses you more. So Isaac would be the next one if you're not trading any of the other main players, like we said. So Isaac beats on KCP for Durant. That's about 10 million off. Yeah, this is not going to cut it, chat. I don't think so. Yeah, we're 9.7. Okay, is the inspiration not inspiring anymore, chat? It may be because the OKC Thunder are up by 11 here. So we'll see if... Oh, little beautiful mid-range by Shea right over the top of Thomas Bryant. I mean, shout out to Thomas Bryant. He was hustling there. He's keeping up with them. Runs right back on offense, chat. You know, shake it off. Doesn't matter. Just get back, play the next possession. Toppin under the basket. There we go. Trading shots here a little bit with them, but unfortunately you're going to need to get a stop. But Shea just hung in the air, chat, on that little mid-range. Just perfect stuff. Really unstoppable scoring here from our guy Shea. Really scary stuff going forward. Oh, Thomas Bryant with the clear shove. Oh, Shea with the and one. Actually, rewind that, chat. I think they're going to call it on the floor, but he did get the bucket to go. He did get it to go. The spin move off of Thomas Bryant. Oh. Absorbing the contact. He hooked him with the right arm. And then, you know, foul merchant, but hooked him with the right arm and then somehow got the right arm up through to get the jump shot off as well. Unbelievable stuff, chat. There's that little midi from before. Thomas Bryant, keep up, buddy. Right back to the Bryant pick and roll. Oh, they go Halliburton into the pick and roll this time. Back to Isaiah Joe. Okay, so Shea gives it up. Pause. A relief for Pacers fans, chat. I mean, he's entered that territory. He's entered the please just don't, like, let Shea have it territory. Like, as long as the other guys in the Thunder are running offense, it's okay. And the Thunder are obviously really, really good. The Thunder are a great team. Wait, 24-second violation? Okay, chat. Indiana locking in. Here we go. 11-point game. 22-6 still on the turnover margin. Is a ways to go. And the Thunder just get turnovers, it feels like, every time that the Pacers get a turnover as well, too. It's like they just immediately neutralize any type of positive play that Indiana could have. That type of immediate response, chat. It's just constantly disheartening. Hey, yo. What do you do? Every time you make a good play, just immediately it gets nerfed. That's no fun. What's John Goebel doing here, chat? Are we getting a timeout? Are we getting a review? Oh, Carlisle's taking a timeout. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. But, yeah, chat, down 11. With Siakam, 5 for 10. Okay. Not too bad for Siakam. Halliburton, 10 points. 4 for 9. Shea, 11 for 23. So I almost wish we could do like a started and then sense for Shea as well, too. Because I feel like he could be pretty impressive for that. The bench, pretty much everybody contributing points so far. Decently. Off the bench. 4 AJ Mitchell minutes, chat. 0 for 3 in 4 minutes. That might honestly be the most underrated performance of this whole finals, chat. 3 shots in 4 minutes. And AJ Mitchell as well, too. I mean, at what point was he primary defender or primary option enough, you know, to get 3 shots up? Just boom, boom, boom. I mean, you know, you're thinking open from corner 3. Dagnall, he's probably just like, let it fly if you're open. But still, maybe, you know, at least just look around for a second. I mean, you know, you got to take the opportunity, chat. So, shout out. But, and I guess, you know, he's only 0 for 1 for 3. So, had a couple opportunities. Foot on the line a couple of times. What happened there, chat? Case and Wallace, 2 for 6. Dort is 5 for 7 from the free throw line, chat. He's second in this game in offense. So, perfect for the fact that Jalen Williams is just 3 for 12. And just completely is like, hey, where's Jalen Williams at? Oh, he's got 9 points. It's really got nothing to do with the game. But Dort is going to make up for that offensively. He's hit a bunch of threes. And who knows if he's going to give you another game like this for the next couple of games in the finals. But you get your Dort game. And again, Jalen Williams is the type of guy number 2 option. It's like, okay, it's not we want a Jalen Williams game. We want Jalen Williams to be at a certain level almost every performance. But regardless, you're getting the Lou Dort game, and you're going to get a win off of that. We've still got the Chet game. And we still do have the Jalen Williams game. Like, Jalen Williams is going to have his awesome game as well, too. So, I mean, this is, again, they basically kind of just are winning the finals before our eyes, Chad. I mean, as they would be doing anyways, as this is the NBA Finals. But game one, it's kind of forming. We can see it already. You know, finally, Chad, game one. It took us all this time. The 68 regular season wins weren't enough. The stomping through the playoffs weren't enough. The fact that they're going to sweep the finals, Chad Ayo, we're locking them in for a sweep. No, the Pacers have played good enough. They're going to get one game here, Chad. They're going to get a game. We should have just placed a bet, correct series order for every version of a 5-game win. I don't think that the Pacers were going to win this game. I mean, as much as I, maybe, again, thought it might be close. But I don't think they're going to win this one. But if I could have done like a 5-game correct score series on Pacers winning game 2 or 3 or I guess it would have been 2 or 3 or 4. So I feel like I don't know if we would have made our money back on it if it hits it either. Again, I didn't get to check, but I feel like it would have been decent odds. I feel like that would have been not a bad bet. Maybe we can still honestly hit that bet. I don't know if they change, if they take that special down right after game 1. I feel like we still may be able to get that. I mean, the odds aren't going to be as good as for that, obviously, with a game under the belt and with a fact that it was going to already be, now it increases the chance that the Pacers are going to win. Well, we were like, okay, it was already going to be in these next 3, so, it's going to probably just make it a little bit less profitable for us. But we'll see if there's another option out there that we can workshop with the chat. So here we go, down 11. Door on the double, just blocks Siakam every time, chat. And I know we said we were going to start tracking to see if they're helping from the blind side. Maybe it is just how it, I don't know if it's just how it's working out or whatever. But if it's the focus on the defense, it's brilliant because it's working every time. And like we're saying, with the turnover battle, that's going to be something that the Pacers can definitely clean up going forward. And I mean, even still, chat, down 11, still not crazy. They're right on the cusp of being able to really compete with this team if they just have a couple of more possessions where they don't completely just give the ball away. But the Thunder are also taking the, do we need a turnover or takeover, chat? I don't know if that's the right version of that stat because, there could be a lot of versions of a takeover in an NBA game. But the way the Thunder are just literally taking possessions away from the Pacers is different than just, the Pacers need to go into the locker room and clean. They are they need to go out back to the practice courts and clean this up. Bad game by the Pacers. No, it's okay, the Thunder are going to have a game where maybe they don't play as good of his defense, and that's the game we're going to need to take advantage. But it's not the Pacers playing a certain way, to some degree, as it is the Thunder can just lock in and get steals. And like we're saying, all the help on these shots, right as the players gather, the guy doubles. When the guy spins, the guy from the help side is doubling and pressuring the ball and making it difficult to set up for your next move, even after the double. It's great stuff here, chat. In the first half, obviously they had great defense, but they continue to show the historic levels of it, I guess, up until this point. I don't know in the numbers how historic they were, chat, but I mean, in the way we've been able to see them, in the intensity that they've been able to get to, I guess, is what we should say, is some pretty special stuff. And the level of intensity that they have gotten to relative as well, too, with what has been in the league is another really crazy thing as well, too. I mean, unfortunately, chat, defense is just, not always, and I guess it's always kind of fluctuating. It just depends on the games, depends on the moments. But regardless, this is great stuff here by Oklahoma City. Matherin trying to get to the line this time. Is he actually going to get the free throw? Okay. Cut it to 9 here, chat. Oh, sneaky Dagnaw. He's going to challenge this one. 1:24 left in the third quarter, chat. They could stop it from cutting it to a single-digit game here. They could get it back and score, push the lead out even more. But just that kind of stop of the momentum as well, too. 11 points left. Don't let him get in a rhythm, chat. Just let it play out. And I think it might be an interesting move. But Toppin with 11 is, actually second on this team in scoring, chat. Oh, hey, yo. Knocked the earbud out. So, yeah, 8 rebounds for Halliburton. I feel like is a place to look. 0 steals in this game as well too. I don't know if that's a place to get good odds last time. He was good at getting steals in some of those last series, but with as ball dominant as Shea is, I don't know if there's going to be even opportunity for the type of turnovers. And maybe that is something with having the one dominant player as well too, is those type of things can be cut down. But obviously every style is going to have its give and take with the advantages of how you can and cannot play. So Hartenstein, yeah, Chad, I don't know. Bad, honestly, well, you know, bad challenge, whatever you want to say for Dagnall. But tough challenge, was definitely not going to win that one. Looking at the replay there, I didn't study it before we went to the break. But you can see on the sweep through that it's pretty clear that Hartenstein makes contact. Obviously, what kind of contact is he making? But that type of wrist contact on a sweep through is going to get called, Chad. It's going to get called. And it really probably should have been as well, too. Definitely initiated by the offensive player, but it's still okay. It's good. It's a good foul draw, foul merchant moment by our guy Matherin. Foul merchant Matherin, chat. He actually needs to get the foul merchant nickname going because he can sustain it. Foul merchant Matherin. Foul merchant Gilgeous-Alexander. It doesn't really work. I mean, it kind of does a little bit. But I think it works a little bit better. Foul merchant Matherin, chat. So Matherin, become a foul merchant. 12 free throws a game. I mean, that's just more free throws for you. More points. We're saying lock it in. We want to see it. Hey, yo. On the defense on Shea. Oh, Shea. The sneaky drive right by him, chat. The miss, but the offensive rebound. The 3 to Joe, chat. Killer. You got to rebound the interior presence, the size from Indiana. You got Thomas Bryant in as a perimeter-oriented big trying to take corner threes. He was big in the... Hey, yo, he was an important player for him in the playoff series last round against the Knicks. And that's a huge 3 right there, chat. Cuts it back to 9. Because that Isaiah Joe 3 off the offensive rebound was extra killer. You get a stop there, especially off a Shea miss. Like, you need an you need a defensive rebound. You need to just end the possession after Shea misses. Like, the man's shooting 50% of the field. He's missing less times than he's making. It's a rare occurrence. So take your advantage. Don't let the Thunder get another opportunity and secure it. But that's a big clutch 3 there. Oh, Shea tries to draw the foul. Good no call. Don't slow the game down here at the end of the third quarter. Let it play out. Indiana's starting to get back in it. That's a good typical Shea moment to try to draw a foul as well, too, not just the end of the half. But again, you feel momentum start to turn one way. You can slow it down. You can push it back to double digits. Siakam with the corner 3. Here we go, chat. 6-point game. Shea's got plenty of time to operate here as they get the last shot to end the third quarter. But either way, the Pacers have worked themselves back into striking distance. This is what we wanted to see right here, chat. Competitiveness. Shea with the tough 3. Oh, man. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, chat. There's nothing you can do to stop that. Shea, I mean, he's been there all year, but this is officially, there's nothing you can do to stop that territory. That was the last part of Shea's game that he's needed to unlock all these years, chat. I know we can go back and look at the numbers and some of the stuff, but tonight he's 3 for 6. He's 50%. It's not an elite three-point shooting game. I don't know if he's like hit 3 of his last 4 or something, you know, more recently on those 3-pointers for this game, hitting them better. But that 50% mark, if that's just, that high 40s as a level of shooter that you need to be, is right there. Borderline there this year, chat, at 35% in the 37% of the regular season. 30% from the playoffs, though. And this has felt like a maximized version in the playoffs of that type of Shea, where he hasn't really relied on the 3-point game. I guess, 5 attempts a game is a little bit. Like, he's definitely taken some. But at 30%, again, one of the worst efficiency guys in that mark on the team. But the mid-range, the foul stuff, obviously, the rest of the efficiency is all there. So he's 52% from 2 in the playoffs, 57% in the regular season, chat. Yeah, he was obviously cooking in the regular season, of course. But this is the version of Shea that we've kind of known, is this guy, the mid-range with the free throws and the aggressiveness and the attacking. But just watching this version of Shea, you can see now a different version of Shea being a lock. And I know it is a carryover from what we saw in this regular season, but now that it is actually being unlocked in the playoffs is a thing. And he hasn't really, again, unlocked it at any of these series consistently in the same way. So will he continue to be a consistent three-point shooter in this series, Chad? Obviously, we'll find out. But in terms of this game, if this is a projection, and those type of shots, just the confidence at the biggest level, just to take a three is crazy stuff, Chad. So 0 for 4 game 1 against Minnesota, 2 for 7. And so 0 for 4, 1 for 2, 2 for 5, 2 for 7, 2 for 4. A little, up and down. Nothing like jumps off the page from 3-point range necessarily. But 31, 33, 25%. Yeah, so I guess we'll read that properly here, chat. His playoff 3-point percentages for this year, 25 against Memphis, 33 against Dallas, and basically 32 against Minnesota. 7 for 22 in that series, 10 for 30, 7 for 28 against Memphis. So yeah, 3 for 6, Chad, if he's in the 30 to high 40s. And this is like, oh, is this a new 3-point consistent version of Shea that we're getting going forward? It is still a different version even of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, like we're saying, being unlocked, being more terrifying, and being more unstoppable. There's no way that defenders could leave him open or unguarded or even give him that type of space if he is, of course, just making these type of shots with this type of consistency. And with hitting them, I guess it would be a little bit different if it was them in the game plan. Like, okay, if Shea going to take the 3, we're going to give him the 3, and it is what it is, then you got to go back in and sort of rework your strategy. But he has just gotten the switch and the dribble and the little step back and the little just create enough space to get the 3-point look. And that's what we're saying. That is the nothing you can do about that territory. Because what are you going to do? He's going to elevate over your center. He's going to be too much of a matchup for your guard. And we're talking about, him as a 3-point shooting threat as well, too, in saying that. Not just him as a total scorer. Caruso swimming into the basket, chat, diving in. Goes to the free throw line. Fouled, it looks like, a little shaken up. But not too crazy. So, I guess him and Siakam are probably the only two guys, like we were saying earlier, not just 30s and up or whatever, but to actually even have any type of finals experience at all. Like, both of them obviously were lucky enough to win it when they were playing. Caruso for the Lakers, Siakam for the Raptors. But different roles for their teams, obviously. Different sort of expectations with their experience levels at the time as well, too. So this will definitely be a fun stage for both of those guys. We've seen them be productive here tonight as well, too, with Siakam still continuing to lead the team in scoring, but 16 points is tough. And also leading the team in plus minus. Ayo, minus 15. Yikes. Shout out to Siakam. But Caruso is a plus 14, chat. The advanced stats MVP, anyways, of the playoffs. I don't know if we do a first team all advanced stats, but Caruso is a lock. Ayo, lock it in. He's impacting all of the numbers across the board. The Pacers not able to get the little ISO mid-range to go. Jalen Williams attacking Mathurin. It does seem like he has held up well tonight. Williams attacks, though, and they don't switch that time. They let Mathurin fight over the screen, and Williams is just able to navigate to the basket, chat. Yeah. I think that's going to happen. I mean, you can't really switch there because what are you going to switch Thomas Bryant onto Jalen Williams? I guess that's part of getting cooked in Mathurin, working his way back after fighting over the screen anyways. But beautiful way to use not necessarily the rescreen by Hartenstein, but the way Hartenstein's able to walk through the paint to sort of be in a spot for Jalen Williams to use Hartenstein as a way to shield himself from the defender is great stuff, chat. Mathurin with the high-flying attack there gets fouled. But that was some aggressive stuff. Great back cut on Caruso. Caruso just a little bit too high up in the guarding position in the inbound pass. Was he not guarding his own basket, chat? Come on, Caruso. You know better than that. Honestly, though, great job not letting him get the and one there. And there it pays off, chat. He misses the first free throw. So OKC has really quickly pushed this back to, what was that, 12, chat? 9, 12 points? And like we're saying, I guess we're after, you know, before the main stuff for tonight. Pause. But, yeah, chat, Mather. And this time he gets the second one to go here. So 11 minutes left. Down 12, chat. Oh, man. Down 12 going into fourth. There's just no way. I think you would have needed to be single-digit range going into the fourth. I'm still not doubting. I still think there's a really, really good opportunity. But it's definitely going to be a lot more of them just needing to flip the switch here and just storm right back, I think. There's like immediately just a couple of threes. Pace and space. Get the looks that you want. Great feed by Hartenstein to Wiggins under the basket. Great cut by Wiggins around the screen from Jalen Williams. Speaking of Jalen Williams again, Siakam just totally getting lost up in that screen there. McConnell knows how to help Chad. He steps over to double, but McConnell obviously just going to probably rise right up and get that one. So, oh, the Thunder miss a free throw, chat. So now they're both even as well. Shout out to Wiggins for trying to even the free throw score. We're going to need all the help that we can get here. But 13-point game, 90-77. You've got Matherin as the primary ball handler now without Halliburton in the game. Oh, he just slices and dices to the rim, chat. Make it an 11-point game. So where's the mini flurry, Indiana? Where are the flurries, Indiana? Indiana's supposed to be known for at least some snow. I don't know you. Indianapolis? Indianapolis gets snow, chat. What are we talking about here? I mean, everybody gets snow. A lot of people get snow. You know, it's just what's hanging around. Is it snow by the time it makes it to the ground? Like, what's going on, chat? Like, you know, I don't know the rules for every place where you can access it. But it does seem like there's a potential for it as well. Okay, chat, at the end of the shot clock here, the Pacers are just going to play incredible defense, not allow the Pacers to move whatsoever, chat. Hey, yo. Less than 10 minutes left. This is where they turn on the heat, chat. The action is the juice right here. Less than 10 minutes. 1 second left on the shot clock. Oh, okay. Resetting the shot clock is clutch. 22 seconds left to operate with Ben Shepherd. Little double. Oh, no. McConnell, there's the double screen. Ben Shepherd. The flare from 3. Siakam not able to get the layup to go, chat. Oh! The rebounding attempt rolls around, but Siakam twice now going to the basket. Has had looks and chances to attack. And the Thunder do have Hartenstein, but Hartenstein on Thomas Bryant, like, it's not like Hartenstein has been at the basket as much as well, too. So you've got Caruso on Siakam right now. Another turnover. Oh, Jalen Williams just takes it like a pass. Runs out, gets the dunk. 94-79, 15 points, chat. 9:42 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, no. This is where it could start to not relax, but you start to know at least game one is probably yours. You never know which just crazy person is, you know, I don't know, switching up or just hiding it under their free promotional t-shirt that they got here. But I don't know if anyways, you know, a little Pacers situation in the mix as well too. But chat, this is where maybe it could start to spiral for the Pacers. Down already 15 as we head into timeout. Carlisle, you've got basically one last chance to try to set your team up and fix it and get some success here. But we'll take a quick break, chat, and then we'll be back. The rest of the fourth quarter on the other side. say, chat? 12 points? 9 minutes? I guess on the ESPN, 14 points, 8:45. Oh, make it 11 points, chat. There we go. That's not too bad. That's reasonable. 45% from Indiana, 42% for OKC, and Indiana with more three-pointers, chat. Okay. So that really is interesting with trying to look at this for the rest of the series. Let's take a look here. Yeah, 42, 11 for 26, 43. So they are just out shooting the Thunder in general. Wait, can we go team stats here? And see, I guess that's kind of what we were looking at in general there. But yeah, a better overall, chat, a better team. Thunder with better free throw percentage. But really, again, I guess it's really one difference both ways. One more make on one less attempt. 3 for 16 to 12 for 17. So drastically changes percentages, but still, total score-wise, not that much. So it really is, I mean, what are we looking at here? Just the volume of shots the Thunder have been able to generate. I guess more the difference in field goal attempts has been the difference tonight. So like we were saying earlier, you know, the Pacers you could hypothetically look at it as the Pacers need to clean up some of those opportunities with those turnovers. But it really has been the Thunder just creating the extra buckets with their defense so far tonight. And I guess with 8 minutes left at this point in the game, you know, the Pacers only have 85 points, Chad. Hey, yo, the Timberwolves were getting to 80, just to 85 just in general, it seemed like. So, you know, them are at this point in the fourth quarter, you know, with them even having a chance to get to, 95-ish, maybe even 100, seems pretty good. But OKC with 96 at this point is not, offensive firehouse. What are we saying, chat? Firepower type game either way. At the house, I don't know. But, it's not the most electric game for offense either way. So we've got a three-pointer here, cuts it back to 8, chat. I don't know. This is the range they've been hovering in this entire time. And we saw this in the last series of when the teams were not able to make those margins up and not make those comeback wins. There was a hovering around aspect, and it's like, okay, they never make that final last push. You got to give credits for the timeouts and stopping the momentums and all that stuff. But again, I guess if there is maybe if the fouls get geared at a certain way in game 2, and the Thunder's physicality on defense is more, again, them sending the Pacers to the free throw line, or they scale it back because they know the fouls are starting to get called and they're not able to generate the turnovers in the same way, maybe the Pacers are able to keep up with them, chat. Because, again, on an even playing field, same number of shots, the Pacers are right there. They're right there. They're better overall field goal percentage, actually, as well, too. Out offensive rebounded them. Or, same amount of offensive rebounds both ways. 14 steals to 1 steal. So 14 steals puts them 5 steals away with 7 minutes left from the 19 steal mark that we mentioned for that record-breaking performance. So I don't know if it's going to happen tonight. Do they get 5 steals in 7 minutes? It seems a little rich, especially maybe at this point in the fourth quarter. I don't know, though. You start trapping turnovers late in the game, you could have like 3 turnovers late for the Pacers or something that totally spiral them out of control. But the Thunder definitely could break that steal record. This could be maybe the most aggressive we see their defense play in terms of them with the fouling and turnovers and all that stuff. Like, who knows? But this is also the way they do it as well to every game. So this does prove that I think they could sniff that finals record of 19 steals anyways. For three-pointers made, not necessarily looking like it. And not necessarily looking like, I don't know, again, if Shea might have a 20-point quarter, Chet. Again, his attacking, if he gets a couple of and ones and gets fired from 3. So if Shea gets 2 threes and 2 and ones, he's sitting at 12 points, not necessarily 20. So he would need 2 threes, 2 and ones, and then just 4 more buckets, just 4 more just go into the basket. So I guess he's going to need to draw more fouls than just one, than just 2 for 2 from the free throw line is going to have 22 points in a quarter. Do we need to go back and see what Steph performed like in that quarter? What was the field goal breakdown of what happened? Because I guess, what did Steph hit? Like 10 threes in a quarter as well, too? Or they were saying, so, whatever it was. 10 threes in a game, maybe. I don't know if they had the finals quarter. Maybe it was 5 3-pointers in a quarter for Steph. Either way, it should all be, well, it shouldn't all be this Boston series. It might very well be. Again, he was outstanding this series. But he was also outstanding in the other series as well, too. So it would make sense that if he did have some records, it would be in those. So he went 7 of 14 in this win against Boston, chat. Game 4. Let's see here. Breakdown of what he had. So I guess we're looking for a 22-point quarter in general. It wouldn't have to be game 4. Oh, 19 points in the half. Third quarter, 14. Fourth quarter, 10. I mean, just stellar all the way around, chat. Didn't he have a 40-some performance in here, I think? We're approaching. Okay, Steph for 16. This was the Andrew Wiggins game, I guess. The forgotten Andrew Wiggins game, chat. Let's see here. Steph, 34 points in game 6. So I don't know if this would have resulted in a 20-point quarter. Ooh, it may have, chat. Okay, 13 points in game 4. Oh, Miles Turner with the offensive foul, chat. It's a 10-point game. Tough break. Unforced turnover. What do we get there? Oh, we're not getting a replay of that. This is what? Jalen Williams. Oh, the back cut by Cason Wallace. Great find by Jalen Williams. Ayo, chat. Okay, 31. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe he went off in the Cavs. Ayo, against the Cavs. In one of those series, chat. Maybe that 2017 series, he had just like an insane quarter, but the rest of the game, finished the game in like the 30s for points scored. 10 points in the first quarter there. Second quarter, not necessarily. Let's see. I guess, chat, we'll just go another Google search here. Most finals points in a quarter. Chat, they cut it to 7. The Obi Toppin game, 17 points, 5 for 8 from 3. Okay, chat, Toppin has neutralized Lou Dort. Thank goodness. They needed somebody. Dort from 3, and it spins out. Okay. The basketball gods have smiled on Indiana, and they're about to even the game. Oh, Neesmith just airballed. Oh, man. Did Dort get the block? He's flexing like he got the block. He's flexing like he wants us to forget about that missed 3 on the other end. But again, Lou Dort, heat check guy, probably going to be, high 30s for 3-point percentage for the series, but is going to have these heat check games where he just has an insane number. So now you have Obi Toppin on the other end, evening out. Miles Turner, the sidestep 3, he puts it in. It's a 4-point game. Here we go, chat. This is what Indiana does. This is their formula. They storm back. Shout out to OKC. Their fans are on their feet. They're excited. They're trying to, Shea, the patience, the foul. It is what it is. Most points in a finals quarter player. What game are we looking at here for Steph? First quarter, June 2nd. Is it literally the next game that we were probably about to look at here, chat? June 5th. Yeah, okay, so it was literally game 1. Okay. Spoiler alert. We couldn't be patient and just find out when the game was. So, yeah, he finished this game with 34 points. I guess it took him a second to... Oh, no, it was the first quarter. Right away, chat. Whoa, never mind. We can't remember. We'll go back and watch this game. So, he was 7 for 9 from the field. 6 for 8 from 3. So 6 might be the record then for 3-point field goals in a quarter. But he was only 1 for 2 from the free throw line. So 6 for 8 from 3 does give him 18 points from 3-point line, and then he's going one other free throw there, and then another 2 to give him so he's hitting 7 threes essentially in a quarter. So if Shea could Shea get to the line 5 times? The thing, it would slow down the clock. So if he got 10 free throws and a 3 again, he's only at 13. So he still needs 2 threes, 16 points. So this is 21. So I guess, 22 then would be the record that the number he would need to get to for the record. So 5 trips to the line is 10 free throws. So if he goes 10 for 10 in the quarter, but let's say 3 of those are and ones, chat, or 2 of those and ones. I guess we gave him 2 and ones last time. So he's going to have 12 points from the free throw line, and then 2 threes is going to put him at, ooh, chat, it's going to get close. That's going to put him at 18. Am I crazy? 18 points. And then he needs one more bucket after that, though, puts him at 20. So he's going to need 3 3-pointers and 10 free throws to get to, chat. It's going to be heavy work. The 3-point is, I mean, that's the clutch thing with the math, is it is going to do the work, cuz even if he gets the clock stoppages on the free throws, you know, he's only going 2 attempts every time. So yeah, I guess maybe, okay, so he's going to go 2 and ones. He's going to go, does he get a 4-point play opportunity as well too? Now the math is getting crazy, chat. Nembhard attacking and Nembhard driving as well too has been a little bit effective. He wasn't able to get it to go there, but it was a little bit of effective for them making their push. Halliburton kind of in the corner right now, chat, you know, letting Nembhard run the team. You know, the 3-point shooting like we're saying as well too. Jalen Williams not able to get the drive to go. So Turner has, the interior defense here has at least gotten a little bit more luckier. And there's Halliburton with the drive, chat. 4-point game. Do the Thunder have a little bit of a stunned look right now? Chet, oh no, there we go, Chet. Chet taking it coast to coast. Oh, it spins out again. The Thunder can't get it to go, Chet. There's a whole 4.5 left to play. We've got a game. Let's go. Here we go, Indiana. You got to steal this one. What are the live odds, Chet? Can we get to the FanDuel again? We should have just put some money on the Pacers just for fun. Oh, Turner could have made it a 1-point game right there. Oh, that might be the settled down miss for the Thunder that they needed. Okay, we got a moment here. We get this. We make a shot. We're back to 5, or I guess they're at 4 right now. We're back to 6. There it is. 6-point game. Shai Gilgeous attacking. They can't stop it. The 8-1. Okay. Indiana, yeah, chat. They lost the momentum on that miss maybe from Turner. Halliburton, can he get it back here? He passes on the 3. Chet, he rotated out. Good defense. Halliburton, he's got Chet lined up. You got to be a superstar, Halliburton. Take the 3-pointer. Oh, he missed. Oh, Halliburton. What? Do we have to ask Shai what is a superstar, or Halliburton what is a superstar? I think everybody gets asked that in this moment, chat, but not able to get to go. 0 for 3. Oh, for the Thunder in this quarter. Hey, yo, chat. It doesn't matter. And there's Shai getting to the free throw line. Okay, Shai has officially settled the game back down. The MVP, chat. That's MVP type stuff right there. Again, the Thunder, they had the lead. You can't really give up this game anyways, but just, okay, blank slate, close game, 4th quarter. What do you do if momentum's losing? You let Shai just let the game get back under control. And Shai's ability to just shift the pace of the game back to the way he wants to play it, chat, is superstar level stuff. Hey, yo, chat. IT, grab us a tissue. We're starting to get the nose picks live on stream. If Doris Burke had a camera, I'm sure, chat, there'd be a couple of nose picks in the mix at some point. But fortunately, you know, they actually have the game on when they're talking on screen. So Doris, and again, you got Mike Breen's and Rich. So Doris Burke, Richard, Mike Breen, all 3 of them, chat. You could just rotate. They're not picking each other's noses, but you could just, if anybody gets a situation, it doesn't even matter. You just, all of a sudden, Richard Jefferson's just looking over, Mike Breen's just 3 knuckles deep into a AO chat. Whoa, pause. Whoa. What's the scenario, chat? We're talking about them calling a game. Mike Breen. Okay, pause. We're moving on, chat. Shai Gilgeous is at the free throw line. Shout out to Mike Breen, though. I'm sure, man's a stud. I'm sure the man's a top-level professional in every aspect of his life. But we back to 8. 22 free throws for Oklahoma City, 17 for Indiana. I don't think they could submit a complaint for that type of discrepancy. Only 5 is not too bad. Oh, Halliburton, the tough layup attempt at the basket. And Siakam's going to get free throws here, chat. So it'll be, 19 to 22. You just got to convert. They're at 12 makes right now. Now you see the free throw percentage actually starting to matter. The turnovers as well too. I mean, they've been able to make this game back even with those turnovers in the mix. So the three-point shooting, it may actually be in benefit of the Pacers, chat, because I don't know if the Thunder have played too far off. Oh, is that another miss, chat? Oh, Siakam. That's the Eastern Conference Finals MVP right there. Hey, yo, chat. You got to convert your free throws. But again, you think the Thunder might be... do we go regular season three-point shooting percentage here? They get the label of that sort of heat check team. I mean, they've had the incredible offensive performances, the incredible margins of victory throughout this playoffs as well, too, to sort of give them that title, give them that standing in the league. Lane violation, chat? Is that what Mike Breen just said? Hey, yo. One of the rare penalties. We got that off the bingo card, chat. Lane violation. So regular season, three-point shooting. Milwaukee, number 1. Hey, yo. Oklahoma City, yeah, number 6. And then Indiana, number 9, right behind them. But regardless, again, Oklahoma City barely above them for the regular season. For the playoffs, Oklahoma City is... Oh, wait, this is opponent, chat. That's not the team. Here, let's go playoff summary. And maybe we can get some stats here. Yeah, team stats for the playoffs. Three-point percentage. Indiana is number 1 in the playoffs. Okay, chat. So, but again, there is some... With the regular season status and with the way those performances have been in the playoffs, you could still see them being the more valued three-point shooting team. I guess we weren't looking at that specific part of the odds to maybe see if there was value there, but they're 40% as a team for the playoffs as well too. So that is crazy, chat. And as we see in this game, I mean, that could keep them around. So if those turnovers are able, and I don't, maybe there is a way to, because you see even, I guess on some of those Nembhard drives, chat, he is maybe even doing a little bit of a better, and I guess this will be a little more visual, so sorry for the Apple people, but he is doing a little bit. Do we have the basketball, chat? There's a couple of basketballs. I guess we got the football. He's doing a little bit more of the running back tuck on some of the drives. So that's maybe is just the adjustment as well, too. Like we're saying, obviously the Thunder are playing great defense, but maybe there is something you can do for it. Protect the rock, chat. Pause. When you're driving to the rim, you got to turn into a running back all of a sudden. You got to turn into Anthony Richardson, who, shout out, chat, is, oh, man, missing it seemed like he's going to miss the whole mini camp, I think is what the reports are saying. I don't know, and I don't know. What do we go Colts? Chad, this is crazy corner here with 2 minutes left, but Colts mini camp dates, mini camp 2025. What do we got? May 9th through 8th is OTAs. Mandatory. Oh, who stepped on a cable at ESPN? Okay, the game's back. The screen just blacked out there for a second. Neesmith in the corner for 3. Oh, he hit the 3. They just rigged the game. Did they just put some AI version of the game on here, and now the Pacers are going to keep it close? What's happening? Is the league rigged? Why did the screen just flicker like... It didn't even flicker. That was a good 3-second just blacked out screen, chat. Hey, yo. But 102 to 108. The missed 3. Pacers get a chance to push it the other way. So here we go. Here's that three-point shooting that we were talking about. June 3rd. Okay, June 3rd to the 5th is the mandatory whatever. So I guess maybe he's just sitting out this. They didn't say he was out for the offseason, but, we want to just see Anthony Richardson throwing spirals and hitting guys in the back of the end zone and doing all kinds of great stuff. But they've cut it to 3, chat. 2 minutes left. Cason Wallace brings it up. The Thunder have yet to hit a 3 in this quarter. Meanwhile, the Pacers 6 for 9. Wink, wink, chat. Hey, yo. But here we go. Lou Dort, can he change that? No, not yet, chat. Not yet. The man Lou Dort is probably back to even for three-pointers now. He's missed his last couple. Neesmith attacking. Shea with the block. Shea does not get the... speaking of foul merchant, he doesn't get the... Oh, was that Shea with the... Who got the block there, chat? Somebody got the block. Shea gets the bucket on the other end, though. Hey, yo. Was that Dort with the block? Oh, Caruso with the steal. Did they get him with the foul? They get him with the foul late in the game. Nembhard Getting some respect from the refs. Hey, yo, a minute 20 left. Yeah, chat, that was Dort with the block. Oh, great block. That was clean. Straight up, chat. Great stuff. I mean, Neesmith, oh, he went up strong, too. I mean, you know, Dort kind of bodies him, and that's kind of what throws him off as well, too. You know, two strong guys battling it out there, but great defense. And then Shea just powering through for the finish, chat. Pause. Hey, yo. Another missed free throw. No, it goes in, chat, barely. Oh, man. 4-point game. A couple of those free throws. Is that the difference? Carlisle. He's going to be playing the tape. The fundamentals. Carlisle's going to turn into Gene Hackman in the days off, chat. Running the simple drills. Again, just make those free throws. What's the difference? 7 misses. They've taken 3 more, but 7 more makes for Oklahoma City, chat. Hey, yo. And you know they're on the verge of making a three-pointer here, or the Shea just three-point play is always looming. There's the tack. Oh, Siakam! Great defense. No foul. The refs, can they just not get involved here in the last 60 seconds? Oh, man. The Pacers could send this to overtime. Could they win it in regulation? Oh, Nembhard's going to save the day. Ow, you can't take the tough 3. Oh, wait a second. Siakam. The Eastern Conference Finals MVP, chat. The Thunder weren't expecting the airball. Okay, a 10-2 run with the last 2 minutes left. Here we go, chat. Shea's the MVP. A 1-point game. Nembhard on defense. Shea passes the ball. Just pump fake and draw a foul. It's Nembhard's the one guy you want. Jalen Williams misses the shot. Chat, topping the rebound. Is this your MVP? Oh, is it going to be Thunderball? You got to challenge. You got to review. This is one time we actually need a review. This is a moment, chat. We got to get this right. 22.5 seconds left. Who got it last? That might definitely be out on Siakam, but oh, it's not even close, chat. Yeah, it is what it is. Are they going to review for maybe a foul on Casey Wallace here? I don't think there's enough to get a foul, unfortunately. Chat, we got a game. I don't know what the rest of the finals is going to look like. Game 1, even if the finals can get a little iffy later on, a more dominant team, you know, game 1 can be an iconic game, and I think we're witnessing an iconic game, chat. Who would have guessed? The Thunder and Pacers stamping their own legacy in NBA history. Here we go, chat. Shea and Tyrese Halliburton. This is what we wanted. What are the ratings right now? Can we get a live ratings watch on the NBA? Is this working? Is this what they wanted? Siakam with 19 points. I guess you got Shea with the 40-pointer being the superstar. Is this Shea's league, chat? Is this Shea's league? Because, you know, again, we've talked so much about the lineage of where Edwards is, the lineage that he could potentially be following in from that 2-guard spot. But if you looked at the numbers on paper, chat, if you covered up the names and looked at the numbers on paper, Shea's numbers are MJ's numbers. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. And the charisma, the personality, the play style, those are all things that, and you know, again, like we were talking about with Steph and the lineage of these guys. Like, is Shea in the lineage of MJ? Who knows? But is Shea in the lineage of that next 2-guard that's going to be just the unstoppable scorer in the playoff moments? I mean, he gave up the pass there on that last possession, which was a little questionable. But other than that, he's been pretty fantastic. And just, again, the 40 points, he's managed to get back to that 50% from the field mark. And now he's adding the 3-point shot in there tonight as well, too. Is terrifying stuff, chat. It really is terrifying stuff because, again, I don't know why he would pass it there. If I'm sitting here, I guess maybe I am rooting for the Pacers. You know, I don't know, the indie fandom, chat. You know, the Alley Cats, the Colts, like, what do you want us to do? You know, if the Spurs aren't in it, we might just gravitate toward the Pacers. But if, you know, we're just rooting for balance again as well, too, and maybe the underdog team, and maybe just rooting, like, putting ourselves in the Pacers fandom moment. You don't want Shea taking the bucket there. You don't want Shea working one-on-one against Nembhard. So the Pacers, or the Thunder are going to get the ball. There is no foul. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that it's out on Siakam there. So 1-point game. Chat, oh, the Pacers have the lead on the ESPN. Oh, do I turn this off, chat, for spoilers? 0.3 seconds left, and the Pacers going to steal game 1. Oh, unbelievable, chat. Lock in. We're at 22.8 on the Sling TV. Here we go. What happens with Shea? Is this the turnover that matters most? Oh, the dribble's already loose, chat. The spin, the shot, the fade, it's no good. Neesmith the rebound, 8 seconds, 9 seconds. Is it Halliburton again, chat? Oh, he sizes up Cason Wallace, the mid-range. Oh, he's got the Reggie Miller clutch gene, chat. Unbelievable. Game 1 is going to go to Indiana. There's 0.3 left. I got to turn the ESPN off. There's no way that Oklahoma gets a shot with 0.3. Is this the type of game we're witnessing? Even involved with these teams, chat? Whoa, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Nembhard. Is Nembhard the Shea stopper, chat? I don't know. We go the defense, the matchup numbers. I don't know what to look at for this after the game, chat. But, I mean, it was, he got Shea to pass. He got the stop. Whatever it is, he was on defense, and Shea wasn't scoring at the end of the game. So who knows how that works in game 2, but you can only worry about winning game 1 right now. Wow, chat, what does Dagnall have with 0.3 seconds left? Isaiah Joe? Man, Halliburton, chat, now we can run the win percentage piece. Every time, Milwaukee, Cleveland, New York, Oklahoma City. I mean, this is what we were saying in game 1. Is this what Indiana, is this just the game plan? Or is Oklahoma City the one team that can maybe neutralize that? But no, chat, it does not matter. Indiana can still storm back and win the game. Is John Halliburton allowed in this arena? Where's he at, chat? We haven't got a cut to John Halliburton yet. Hey, yo. Taking the long two, chat. I don't know what the advanced analytics say about that, but you just got to get a bucket to get the lead there. So 0.3, you can really only go for a lob to the basket. I don't know if that's... It could be Shea, it could be Chet as well, but it's probably one of those two. Caruso on the inbound, chat. You don't really have like a... is this... You want Josh Giddey back, I guess, for this inbound right here. To pinpoint pass right at the rim. But, okay, a timeout by Carlisle. This time, that's why it was taking so long there on the ESPN to get that last 0.3 to the final. And we still got a timeout for Dagnall, so we might go even one more timeout here, chat. But that'd be an interesting fourth quarter to go back and watch as well too, because, and like we were saying with them cleaning, actually, maybe actually cleaning up some of the stuff on the drives, like maybe that's how good of a coach Carlisle is, chat, is that when you're like, oh man, how do we get past just this intensity of the Pacers defense? Like, what are the things that they were able to do there? Because it looked like even when the Pacers were able to get by the Thunder were stealing, the Thunder were getting, just quick hands, the entire thing. It seemed like the defense was just going to be too overwhelming. These big leads, Shea scoring, it was just going to be too much. But the three-point shooting, like we said, is going to favor Indiana through the series. It favored them tonight in game 1. And maybe that's good of enough a factor. And to be honest, I don't know if we start going, are the Thunder in a position where they're going to lose this series? There's still, the series is what it is at this point. The teams are what they are. The Thunder are the better team. It's going to be chaotic games like this in which the Pacers win. Because, on the flip side of it, the Thunder didn't shoot well from 3 either. It was a lot of Shea leading this team in scoring, 4 points. At this point, he's got 30, and then with some of the assists, he's probably got close to responsible for half of the team scoring. So, still a little one-dimensional, still a little reliant on their MVP guy, obviously. And there it goes, final chat. Game 1 goes to the Pacers. The series just got interesting. Let's go. Who got the correct order bet? Did I say earlier that we should have done that correct order bet for every version? It could still be 5. But I was thinking NBA. So the Malika Andrews interview strikes again, chat. It strikes again. But I'm telling you, when I saw that, I was like, that's the thing you do after. That's the thing you do when you've arrived at the end. Make no mistake, OKC has arrived at the mountaintop, and they were the more popular team. They are maybe more popular. They were the more historic team in the regular season. Like I was saying, just without sort of the other veteran storylines to focus on, that is the number one thing. And Shea gets the privilege of being the MVP and getting those moments. And you don't want to read too much into it as well, too. They lost by 1 point tonight in a game they should have won. But just saying, the karmic stuff. I don't know, whatever is in the basketball universe, chat, that can lead to these type of things. It's just one of those things that's like, okay, at least are you acting like you're at the mountaintop, and you love that you can carry yourself with that type of confidence already as well too, and maybe that you need that in this series, chat, to be the better team, especially when both these teams don't have that experience. If you can have that extra confidence, I mean, that's definitely going to matter. But holy cow, chat. Holy cow, that is incredible stuff. I mean, we did absolutely just witness a classic game. Unbelievable. So what was the largest actual deficit then that they overcame in this game? Let's see, we got game flow here, chat. Oh, we're not even on the actual Gamecast. Here we go, chat. They had to update, I guess, for the little post-game stats. So Siakam, once again, leading the team in scoring. But, okay, did they get the 90? We got a 91.4 on the win probability. Point early in the third. Here we go. I think this might be the better way to look for it. Chat, this is the Indiana graph right here. Unbelievable. Look at this. We got 92.5. What do we get? 96.4. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 9-point game at that point, 108 to 99. But 96.4 on the win percentage for OKC, chat. 97. Did I see a 97 in here? We got a 95. 97.4. 14 points with about 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It was at 97.4, chat. Yikes. So this is not going to give us the largest lead of the game, I don't think. But I don't think it did ever actually technically get to 20. But regardless, you're in that 15-point range that you should be winning it type range. That missed shot with 3 minutes left that we thought would be a big deal, and they were able to overcome that. So, I mean, even on the very last play for OKC, chat, and they still have a 68% chance to win with 6 minutes with 6 seconds left when Nesmith grabs that rebound before Halliburton makes the break down the end to get the mid-range bucket. So I don't even know what this means for Halliburton's legacy as well too, because we still have the whole finals to go here. It's not like Halliburton played the best game of his life. 14, 10, and 6, the double with the no assist, chat. That would have been a fun bet for Halliburton. I guess we were watching this on ESPN3. We got to switch over to Sports Center here, real chat. Oh no, I just messed up the wrong TV. We were watching Y2K Dance Party on Pluto TV. Okay, wait, what do we switch over? 90s dance hits, chat. True School Hip Hop. What's on the R&B channel? Control. Okay, well, I guess it's just gonna be that one, chat. I guess it's doing our scheduling for us. Wait, is this not SZA? Oh, I think we've gotten fooled by this before. I was like, okay, is there just an hour where they play the SZA album? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. There is an hour where it's just called SZA Essentials where they play SZA. So I was like, is there another version? I mean, it's R&B, chat, in 2025. Like, who else are we listening to besides SZA? I mean, everybody else as well too. With all due respect to the rest of the genre, I'm just saying, SZA's running the game right now. But this is kind of like that Colors studio setup situation. So very cool, chat. But maybe we go for True School Hip Hop instead. Let's see here. If it's Andre 3K, I'm in. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm still in anyways. Pause. It is what it is. Okay, chat. We'll get it switched over. Honestly, I just don't want to hear that ESPN has ended sound effect in the background. This is like almost an alarm clock, chat. Like falling, you fall asleep sometimes with the Sling TV on with the old channel, and you just wake up. It's like Sports Center, or you're on TNT, whatever, Charmed or whatever. But the event has ended is brutal. That'll be like maybe a UFC thing as well too. Though to be honest, are we paying for a UFC fight? Them falling asleep? That's probably not necessarily happening either. But the Shady Bunch, chat. Okay, we made a good pick on the True School Hip Hop. Let's go. Can we get Stephen A reacting on Sports Center? What's going on here, chat? I mean, I guess next year this will be inside the NBA, right? Do we get the crossover? I guess it'll just be inside the NBA, and then Stephen A will be joining the segments for the finals. Like, I'm into that, chat. Like, if inside the, and with some of the reports, I know, again, speaking of Simmons and Russell, they had a whole conversation about what might happen with Inside the NBA on ESPN, and it's like, yeah, obviously ESPN, you gotta maybe raising eyebrows. Like, are they going to run a show well? But I think if they let Inside the NBA cook, then it'll be fine. And with what they were saying, is like, okay, they're going to be the A team. Countdown's going to be the B team. It's like, okay, that makes sense. I mean, we've already kind of seen them use an A team, B team setup in the regular season with TNT with the Tuesday, Thursday, or I guess maybe they switched it around with the Thursday, Tuesday this year. But you have the left go Candace Parker, Jamal Crawford crew with Shaq as well too. That'll operate some of the games. So it's like, yeah, obviously they'll be using both crews. It makes sense. We've already, is Chuck going to want to work a full 82 game regular season and then the playoffs? Probably not, even if he was at TNT. But again, if they were if the finals was on TNT and Inside the NBA was doing the finals and they were getting Stephen A as a guest to react to the games afterwards or even in the pregame as well too, we'd be like, hey, this is awesome. A crossover with Stephen A Inside the NBA. So now it's like, okay, same network. Maybe that can actually happen. I'm into that idea as well too. But the shows being the shows, it does seem like they're gravitating toward that being the thing. And I think, is ESPN, I mean, you get a little like these NBA teams as well too, where, man, I guess, you start getting a little experimental when you're at the peak of your power. Maybe you start getting a little overestimating of what the brand is, or just, you have to keep up as well too. I mean, the brand's obviously still pretty powerful, but I mean, their ability to shift and let these other, like with what they've been doing with McAfee and let these other shows cook, I think maybe if they let Inside the NBA do it and it works, it's a big legacy win for ESPN, chat. But I believe in Inside the NBA. So even if how, man, ESPN would really have to mess that up, chat. They would really. I get the whole TV. You gotta let them cook with the length of the segments. I mean, it just seems like it seems easy to figure out. I don't know how you mess that up with that. I don't know how you bring that crew in and not just say, hey, we're bringing in this show for that crew. If this was a sitcom, in the 2000s, chat, like and I guess that would be a thing that the producers would do. Would be like, okay, let's grab, this show got canceled from this network. Let's bring it on, and then we're going to change it and make it, we'll add our own touches to it and make it perfect in our own way. But also, if it was a good enough show, you just be like, oh, actually, we just want that show, and it's a great show. Is it a little like Community-esque, chat, where it's like, oh, wait a second, like we just can. What do we need to touch? What do we need to fix with this show? This show's perfect. Let's just pick it up and just run this show the way it is. But they've got Bickerstaff right now on SportsCenter reacting, so I don't know, chat. Well, what's the point of having Stephen A on the payroll if he can't react to Game 1 of the finals? I get, JB Bickerstaff's great, but are we trying to cut down on expenses as well, too? Is there not a countdown alternate broadcast that I can watch? What's the point, chat? Okay, ESPN, I'm back out. They're messing it all up, chat. It is what it is. But, yeah, what were we saying? We're going to preview this game some more, chat. Oh, Colts minicamp? What were we looking at here? I guess the deficit that they overcame as well, too. Shea with a 38 point performance, chat. So he might, again, that bet for him to get 30 in every game. We can't go every game at this point because game one's already been played, but he might get 30 in every game. They're going to rely on his scoring. You saw, again, the roles get really defined here in the playoffs, and his ability to just, because that's the other thing I think with Edwards as well too, that we're, for some reason this whole playoffs has just been like, let's compare Shea to Edwards, and I'm not even talking about the conversation out there. I'm literally like talking about the way I've been talking on the couch. Like, for some reason, it's a comparison I can't get out of my mind. But young guards in the Western Conference, and I think it really more is the, okay, well, we are projecting Edwards to be the next MJ, but Shea actually is playing like MJ, like I was saying, and the Thunder are actually the team to set up to, like, okay, are they going to win 6 titles in the next 8 years? Who knows? Are they going to win the title this year, chat? They're down to 1-0 in the finals. But again, in terms of future roster setup, and you don't know how this finals plays out as well too. I'm sure there's going to be that anytime a team loses the finals, you sort of sit back and go, oh man, okay, well, what it took all this work to get there. Like, what do we do to get back? Are we going to be in the same positions? Like, the rest of the league is getting better. We can't get better. Like, you really, of course, you have a moment of crisis when you lose the finals. So the Thunder, I mean, I'm sure it'd be like, oh man, we built all this for what? Like, we didn't win the finals. But you still look at the future of the roster and go, it's still about as good of a future as any roster that you'd have. But again, it's like, okay, he's actually having the performances. He's actually having the numbers. And again, the reliance on the team is, and we need to go watch more Jordan tapes. But, and like they elevated with the triangle offense. So there was like a team aspecty thing that was sort of implemented a little bit more that let them lead to a little bit more success. But it's still like, okay, MJ, and you just go back and look at the roster. It's like MJ's scoring is what the roster is built around. And Pippen can get a bucket, but he is a defensive guy. Rodman defensive with the rebounding. You got playmaking bigs. You got perimeter guards around him as well too that are more catch and shoots type guys. You always had like John Paxton, Armstrong, Hodges, Steve Kerr, like all throughout the mix. So it's like, okay, definitely gonna be MJ scoring. And I guess to compare it back to Edwards, like he is definitely a bucket getter, but it still has like Minnesota still hasn't been fully reliant on his scoring the way that Shea has been. His scoring has been still like the main thing for it. And when it's, when he's at the best, that's when Minnesota's at their best. And obviously they need him to be the superstar, to be the ultimate version of the team that they want to be. But you still had like, and again, OKC's got a great roster around Shea as well too. But you still can have like the Naz Reid heat check game, and even Julius Randle. Like you could have a Naz Reid, Julius Randle 50-point game between the two of them, and Edwards is like 18 points, and he could still have a great game with the playmaking and the rebounding and the defense and all that stuff. But again, as we've seen in this playoffs, and it's a credit to Shea that Shea just doesn't even have bad games as a scorer, but also just the way the team would function, you don't think it would allow him to have a bad game. Like they just need him to have good games. Like again, with Edwards, if the shot's not falling, he can try to create. He can try to, there can be guys in the corner hitting threes, and there can be another thing that they can try to do. But I don't know if OKC really has that. And again, I don't like the reliance that they have on Shea, the way he delivers, and the efficiency at which he delivers, chat, like at the guard position, it's like, oh man, those are boxes that, like we're saying, only other great guys that have checked, including Tyrese Halliburton, I guess, chat, who is able to make the comeback win tonight. But again, Siakam proving that Eastern Conference Finals MVP might have been kind of legitimate as well too. And you can't forget about the Obi Toppin game 1. So he was 5 for 8. What did Dort end up going? Dort ended up going 5 for 9. So yeah, completely neutralized him, chat. So you got Toppin and Dort even each other out. Chet with only 6 tonight, only 9 attempts. Yeah, he was offensively pretty absent. I know +4 on the box score. He was around. I'm not going to say he was absent from the game, obviously, because again, some of the rebounding, the defensive stuff, like he's flying around out there. But yeah, he's going to definitely need to be more impactful of a presence as well too. So wait, just to compare real fast, the Shea Halliburton thing is interesting. And again, like the Siakam Jalen Williams thing is interesting as well too. And if we are just making those, like we're saying, the Thunder, I guess, are the better team. But let's go through the roster. I guess Shea to Tyrese. You still are giving the bump to Shea, even though Tyrese, again, is able to load up the box score in a great way. But Siakam outplayed Jalen Williams tonight. So is it Turner versus Chet then, I guess, at the center spot? And Turner, I think Chet has higher defensive potential than Turner does. If a defender right now is Chet, I mean, it could be an argument to be made if Turner's really locked in defensively and offensively. Again, he outplayed him tonight. So Toppin, I don't know if Toppin is the Dort in this lineup or if Nembhard's the Dort, but again, as the role guy that stepped up, you get that equaling performance there as well too. So the rest of the team as well too, at least offensively, it's the defense, it's the transition stuff that the Thunder have really been made a special team on. But Caruso 3 for 8 tonight. You've got Thomas Bryant 2 for 2, McConnell 4 for 6, Nesmith 3 for 9. So that's kind of the canceling performance, the Nesmith Caruso performance. But like, I guess Nesmith, Toppin, Caruso, and Dort, kind of the role guys as well too. So again, Siakam is a big winner for tonight, chat. I don't know if we can say he's the MVP of the game. Nesmith with 12 rebounds as well too, including that one late, chat. All defensive rebounds. Hey, 12 for 12 defensive rebounds. But in a couple of those Siakam putbacks too, there was like a foul in there. Those offensive rebounds, like a putback, a foul in there, which were big for the team as well too. But Halliburton didn't even get to the free throw line tonight, chat. Halliburton, no free throws. Matherin, 3 for 4. 1 for 5, though, from the field. He's going to be an interesting one, chat. And to be honest, 16 minutes, like, you were able to at least eject him into the game and still get away with it. I think, we're pro Matherin. Maybe that's the guy, chat. I think actually that's the guy I was thinking, like, Spurs, Matherin. Is that the guy we're going to walk away winning the offseason with? Okay, the Spurs added Matherin. Now we're ready to go for the title. But it's like, okay, if we, like we were just doing with the Jokic for the Magic. It's, are we bringing in just Jokic? Can we get Bane and Jokic? Is there any way, chat, that we can get Giannis and Matherin? Like, maybe it's a Matherin and Thomas Bryant trade in there as well, too. The 14th pick for Matherin and Thomas Bryant. I don't honestly know if the 14th pick could get just Matherin at this point. So I don't, throw in Thomas Bryant. I don't know if that's a realistic possibility, but they didn't go, and in a win, they didn't go Jarris Walker as well, too, which I think could be a defensive piece to be unveiled if they needed it as well, too. I guess I don't know the advanced stats and haven't watched enough Walker minutes to know if he's locked in and, like, his knowledge of the rotations and things like that. But you think athletically, and if they needed his size and strength as well, too, he's at least a piece that you could have going forward. So, again, are you going to get the top in 5 for 8? But I guess for 3, just in general, 46% is pretty good, but they've been 40% already. 36% is not going to be too far off from where they were at. So it's really going to have to be, Jalen Williams having those performances. Because, again, Shea, 38, like, he's going to give you 45. Okay, that's probably, that would get you the win tonight, those couple extra points. But if we're giving Shea the benefit of the doubt of a couple extra points, we got to give Halliburton the benefit of the doubt of a couple extra points. And Halliburton was plus 12 in the game tonight, chat. A 1-point win, plus 12. Shea, plus 3. Okay, so, yeah, how does the math there? But still, I guess, Case and Wallace, unfortunately, chat, minus 13 is interesting. He did play 33 minutes as well, too. A big minute, guys. So I think, they were closing with Caruso and stuff out there a little bit. But, and Kirk Hyrant literally played 1 minute, chat. I don't know. Did he get hurt? What happened? We might have missed that. I don't know exactly what happened there. But Isaiah Joe's 3-point. He was 1 for 1 today. He did have to hit that 3 early. And 2 for 3 from the field. Maybe a little more, I pause, Isaiah Joe in the next game. It's like, what do the Thunder need to do besides close out the next game? Besides not get outscored by 10 in the first quarter. Or, just not get outscored by 12 in the first half. The second half in general would be a good starting point for them winning the next game. But if his 3-point shot is there, like we're saying, if the 3-point shooting is favoring the Pacers and you're going a little more space in the game, Isaiah Joe could be a good counter for that. I mean, Kenrick Williams has hit a couple threes in that Minnesota series in one of those games. That was definitely a swinging moment. Or maybe it was Denver, but in one of the playoff games, he subbed in and hit a couple of threes. So if he's healthy going forward, I don't remember exactly what happened there for his 1 minute. But here, Chad, let's see if we can get a live Kenrick Williams update on why did he get ejected? Do we have to log into certain websites, chat, and figure out? Let's see here. Yeah, nothing there. Okay, chat. We'll have to. Hey, yo, we're going to the bad part of the internet. X.com, chat. Hey, yo, we'll try to be quick. Not get too depressed. Oh, it's gonna make me sign in. Okay, chat. We won't worry about that then. Okay, well we'll do a little deep dive on the rewatch, I guess, and see what happened with why Kenrick Williams played 1 minute. But if he has a 3-point shot, he's there. And I guess Caruso is a guy that can be a high 30s to 40% 3-point shooter as well too. And he was only 1 for 4 tonight from that spot. And I feel like he even got a couple of good looks as well too. They didn't get Case and Wallace 0 for 3 is not going to help. So it's a interesting series as well. The defense was so good in that first half that is the peak Thunder, that when they're transitioned and ramped up like that, it feels like, again, just a historic team. It proves why. But, and we should, credit for Indiana, not even just winning this game, but battling through that and just getting back into the game and then closing it out as well, too, flipping the momentum in the OKC home crowd is great stuff as well, too. So, Stephen A. finally on the TV, chat. I don't know, you go 15 minutes into the pregame before we get to Stephen A. is kind of crazy. Stephen A. and legs, though? Okay, chat. Now we're cooking. Let him cook. And Scott Van Pelt. This is why we watch ESPN right here. Stephen A. with the white suit, chat. The mafioso look. I like the tie, though, the textured tie. We've got a little stripe situation on the collar. Is not bad either. But, yeah, Chet to definitely step up with a couple. And 0 for 1 from 3. I mean, you know, he could be 2 for 3 on a good night, too, as well, too. At least giving you a little bit more spacing there as well. But again, he only played 24 minutes. Hartenstein was 17 minutes. What was the... So what, did they go... I guess it was a lot like Dort at the center there. And he did kind of prove that he could be a formidable guy at the rim with that block attack. He had 4 of the steals tonight as well, too. Shea with 3, and then Caruso with 3. I mean, just between the 3 of them, chat. Hey, yo. The perimeter defense swarming around. So obviously you're sacrificing a little bit of that with Isaiah Joe, potentially. And Wiggins, only 9 minutes tonight. You know, he's kind of he's a little bit more of a well-rounded sort of playmaker, offensive guy, but he could be a stretch perimeter guy as well, too. Yeah, 38% from 3 on the season. You know, 38% from 3 on his career, been hovering in that range for each of the last couple seasons. And he was up to 4.5 attempts for 3. And, you know, 12 points a game, he's a big regular season scorer for him this year, chat. You know, 76 games, 23 minutes a game for him, but has basically been worked out of the playoff rotation at this point. So, you know, there are reasons for it, chat. The defense of some of the guys will need to get Caruso back healthy. The rotations tighten up a little bit, and it makes sense. But if they need to try to get a little bit more of a spark there, maybe they do go back for some of these bench guys a little bit as well, too. Because, again, if Case and Wallace is going to be a little bit of a liability like that, and we'll have to go back and check that out and see what happens as well, too. Because the next game isn't until Sunday. So, I should say we will be back tomorrow night as well, too, because big night tonight, chat. Not just game 1 of the NBA Finals, but we got a Lil Wayne album dropping in a little bit, and we got a Lil Sims album as well, too. So we'll make no mistake. We'll be back on tomorrow night reacting to those. But the next game for the finals will be Sunday night. So there will be time to, I guess, rewatch this one as well, too, to prepare for game 2. But if Case and Wallace just looking box score is a little bit of a liability like that, at least there's going to be a way to mess with the rotation. But Jalen Williams, of course, like we're saying, also just being a little bit more efficient is going to need to be there as well, too, to help with this lineup. But do we go quick game 2 odds here real quick, chat, and see? Oh, man, are they already... So just immediately, again, the Pacers, no respect, so they're playing more of the odds for the game. But I don't think the Pacers storming... You know, can you rely on that every game? I don't know. Can we get some early quarter-by-quarter stuff? Because even if the Pacers don't win the game, you could still see them storming back in the 4th quarter. So we can only bet the 1st quarter at this point, chat. Okay, I guess keep an eye on that. Maybe tomorrow night, you know, we'll react to the albums, but we'll have time listening to the songs to cook up some parlays, I guess, between the two teams. So Shea, over-under 1st quarter points, 9.5. Gets interesting. Team props. I don't know, we look historic... Wait, so what did they finish with steals then for the game as well, too? We were tracking that. They were at 14 there. They finished with... Okay, we're on the Pacers here, chat. Steals. They did finish with 14 as well, too. So I don't know if that's going to be in the props here. Let's see. Same game parlay. Oh, no, it's not going to be there. Is there a specials option? Not yet. They'll cook up more. I guess the game just ended a couple minutes ago. So they'll cook up more specials and start throwing stuff on here as well, too, chat. Player points. Is there an early way to get some good odds here? Let's see. 10 plus. Probably not crazy. McConnell plus 240. Hardenstein, Case and Wallace. Caruso. Dort at even odds. Yeah, maybe, 10 plus, chat. Never. Who's ever thrown 10 plus point guy into a parlay? That's no fun. It'd have to be a guy that's really bad. McConnell 9-1 though to get 15 points. Big TJ McConnell game in game 2. Maybe we bet more the Thunder to go out and take care of business even if the series. Are they going to drop both games at home? Would seem unlikely. Shea, it's not even on the board. It's like we're saying 15 points. I mean, probably going to be closer to like halfway through the 2nd quarter when he gets that. Minus 7,000 for just 20 points, chat. A 30-point game? Wait, what's Siakam at for 20 points? He was 19 tonight. Plus 100. Halliburton at plus 150. With the defense, like we said, I don't know if the scoring is going to be the way to go. And we can only get the first quarter points for the individual guys on here as well. Siakam first quarter points under 4.5 plus 104. The defense really locking in, chat. Could be interesting. First quarter points for Halliburton over 4.5 plus 124. Okay. Okay, the parlay is already starting to cook up itself, chat. But player rebounds. What would Halliburton be like starting 6 rebounds or more? He's probably not going to be great. A lot of minus odds here. Oh, plus 134. Halliburton 6 or more rebounds. I know we start going 8 or more rebounds, we're going to get really good odds, but that's a little rich, chat. Again, he had 10 tonight. 10 tonight? 10 tonight? 10 tonight is not an injury, chat. He just had 10 rebounds tonight. But, yeah, 470 for 8 or more rebounds. It's not unrealistic. I think he's going to continue to have a good rebounding series for sure, you know. Especially if the Pacers, and they just keep playing smaller and faster, and both teams are focusing on the offense. But 6 or more rebounds is not bad, chat. Player assists, maybe we get to pounce on the assist odds as well, too, for not getting 10 assists tonight. But again, that's a little team reliant as well, too. Are the Thunder just going to lock in for game 2 and play an amazing game? Plus 176 for 10 assists. 8 assists, he is minus 142. But if we're parlaying, chat, who knows? Player defense, he did get a couple of steals in the last series. He's the leader in the same game parlay to get a steal. Oh, wait a second. This is not sorted by the order of odds for some reason. We got Shea over here at minus plus 150. Oh, chat, we got to bet soon because the rebound odds are moving. I saw it this time. It's no mystery. But plus 2 rebounds. Jalen Williams plus 108. Caruso minus 140. Dort plus 2 steals is plus 188, chat. So maybe they're saying Dort less minutes in game 1 or game 2. But 3 tonight, you know, is he going to have a record-breaking steals performance through the course of this finals? Could be, chat. Again, this is historic Thunder's defense. The blocks, just any player to record a block, nothing there. 2 blocks. Chet minus 158. Hey, chat. They're not giving us any love with the blocking odds. Pause. But Chet plus 205, 3 blocks is getting a little crazy. Honestly, these two alone, I mean, you know, are we going to hit both? This is starting to feel a little much. Maybe we start getting Dort on 1 steal and then think from there. Over under 227. So wait, what did we have tonight, chat? We had 221. 111 to 110 does feel kind of right. So we go Halliburton 6 rebounds, Dort 2 steals in the under. 823. Yeah, chat, 2 steals and 6 rebounds. It's pushing the line. But I feel like for us, this is about as toned back as we'll go for a parlay. It's like, okay, at least, yeah, we're not going to settle for just 2 risky legs. We got to at least throw a third one in there and get a little bit riskier. First bucket scored, chat. Just go ahead and just destroy this whole same game parlay. Nembhard, first bucket getter. There we go. A 37 to 1 parlay. Okay, when that hits after we didn't place it, you'll just watch the instant regret live on our face as that game plays out. Hey, pause. But 50-point game? Wait, so Shea to get 40 plus 235, that's it? 2 to 1? I was thinking maybe, 3 to 1 would be interesting, chat, but that's going to be more in the 50-point range. So what would his 3-pointers to be made? Okay, he's only plus 162 to get 3 threes as well, too. Maybe that's just modern NBA. I'm not giving him credit, but even that still feels a little bit high. So Chet, our odds are going down. What's getting affected here? Should we see? Oh, Halliburton plus 6 rebounds. Oh, everything, chat. People are on it. Okay, so that's good. We're picking the right bets, I guess. We're giving out good advice. The international money's already flowing in, chat. It is what it is. But some 3-pointer odds here. So Neesmith 3 plus 3s plus 158. Siakam plus 450. Is he gonna hit 3 threes? Would be a little bit, chat. 4 threes. Do we have to go for like a crazy game? Nembhard with. Oh, chat. Let's go. What about Nembhard with a 20-point game? Next game. Maybe this turns into a little bit of a Nembhard series. Gets a little bit more usage as a perimeter guy. Neesmith is minus 250. Oh, we're at the 10-point again here. I was like, for 20 points? That doesn't seem right. But Turner plus 460 for 20 is not bad. He hits a couple of threes. He was at 15 tonight, so, you know. And plus 830. So, wait, let's double check here. Nembhard was, for tonight, 4 for 11. So, yeah, he had 14 points. Not even the greatest efficiency, but he had 11 shots to Halliburton's 13. 4 for 5 from the free throw line, and 6 assists as well, too. So, I think that dynamic will continue with a balanced usage there. Just having to keep it moving, with the intensity of the Thunder defense. So he is, at least if you want to go like a long shot. Again, maybe we don't throw this into the parlay. But we just apparently love the bets in the 8-1 range for this series so far. Our 8-1 parlay and our 8-1 Neesmith at 20, or Nembhard at 20. But he might be the one, I guess, if we're just looking for a random 20-point scorer, he might be the best bet. That is not bad, chat. I might actually sprinkle a little bit of that on this, pause on the side, just to see what happens. But yeah, chat, wow. Incredible historic stuff. Pluto will probably be rerunning this one instantly because it's already a classic. Game 1 goes down in the books. Shout out to the Pacers for getting the win by 1 point, chat. In dramatic Pacers fashion. Reggie Miller would be proud. Good thing he was not on the call. Might have been too much to handle tonight, honestly, for this one in the fourth quarter. But we'll be back, like we said, tomorrow night will be fun, reacting to albums, and then Sunday, of course, still following along with the Finals Chat Game 2 will be Sunday night. So you can stay locked in here on the YouTube for the live streams. The live streams do get posted on the podcast feeds afterwards as well, too. So they're available on Spotify, available on Apple, available on all those platforms. And then if you guys want to message us at Instagram, those DMs are open as well. So feel free. Hey, yo. DM us on Instagram. Are we the only pod? The DMs are open, chat. But the messages, that's the best way to send us a message, would be over there. So, yeah, shout out. Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for jumping on tonight.